What it is, man. We in the building.
I don't hear his mic.
Yo.
See, that's a good thing for me having headphones.
Hey, and we brought an Asian today. We got an
Asian of chaos.
Bang, bang.
We got a white, we got a Mexican, we got a light-skinned black homosexual, and now we got an Asian.
And before we even start, I want to introduce my new personification, the Glaze guy.
We gave you that for the record.
Bang,
You just decided to own it finally.
Bang.
You've created a monster.
First of all, I want to say sorry. Y'all had to start the hour late. Me and Doughboy had a miscommunication. You know what I'm saying? I was literally just chilling with the babies, and then he was like, I was like, why do I see my name in the title? Did y'all talk about me on an episode? And he was like, no, it's live today. I was like, oh fuck.
So what? You forgot that we were gonna do this?
Well,
or did he not properly vet you?
I told him.
He did. He told me.
Yeah, whose fault was it? Was it Doughboy's?
What happened? He said, yo, are you good for the 15th? I said, yes, I'm good. And then I realized today was my daughter's like first summer school day. So I was like, oh shit, maybe I should be around when she gets back, whatever.
How old is your daughter?
5.
Same.
Oh, wow. Bang, bang.
Probably have some social overlap, I bet.
I think a bunch. Maybe they go to the same school.
We could talk afterwards.
So I was like, oh shit. And I didn't want to, I hate to miss an appointment. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, it's not a lot of people I'll fucking push through rush hour for, but Doughboy.
Hey, man.
I got you, bro. I'm here. I'll put in a strong hour and then I'm going to head back to these babies, all right?
There we
Let's
go.
get it, man.
That's some fun.
Wait, so
Thank you.
Do you have a 5-year-old daughter and then you have little babies?
And a 3-year-old boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
How about you? Just one?
Just the one. We're working on the next one, but we've been delaying it for like the past year, but we're going to do it soon.
So the divorce, it wasn't real?
No. She has like a stalker who filed the paperwork.
I see.
And then I, the viral marketing genius, immediately realized if we don't debunk this for a day or two, everybody will talk about us and we'll make money off OnlyFans, and then we can tell them.
Genius.
But then that leads to everybody just thinking that we were lying.
Well, guess what? I'm getting a divorce too.
Hate to hear that, man.
How long you been married for, Tim?
It'll be 8 years. Let's see, this is 2026. We got married in 2018.
Yeah, okay. Good 8 years in there.
Before we even get into anything else, can I just say that I think I had a realization just now as I was coming to the bathroom, which is that the Phoenix Flexing song is the first time and maybe the only time in history in which like the LA Mexican community is feeling like they can be a little bit more open with their zestiness.
Why does that equal zestiness?
You don't think that song has like a little bit of a gay attitude to it?
No, I think it has a freeing attitude to it. And I feel like it's in line with like the LA Mexican like shuffling culture too. I feel like that's like a nice transfer over. They have a
define shuffling.
Like the dancing they do to like EDM type music, you know what I'm saying? When they're like sliding their feet back and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what's funny about that is that I don't think I had ever even heard of shuffling, but at one point back in the day, a couple of years ago, there was a clip of Phoenix Flexing, and he was like blatantly rolling at a music festival, shuffling
his ass off.
And like somebody on our team posted it. The cameraman over here is laughing, and he hit us up to remove it because when you watched it, it was like, bro, you're fucking loaded. You're like gone in this clip, but he's dancing all crazy and shit. I don't even.
Yeah, he was going crazy. Raving too, bro.
Exactly.
Maybe at the raves.
Yeah, bro,
for sure.
Because I went to Paramount High, which is like a lot of all types of different kinds of Mexicans, right? So that was the first time I was like, oh, okay, I'm over here at the goth tree, but it's like all Mexicans, and then it was like the Cholos, and then it was, multifaceted Mexicans, bro.
And some like cut into all parts of the Venn diagram. They're like a Cholo with a mohawk that listens to EDM and shuffles.
Magic cards.
Yeah, it's like there's some ultimate.
That reminds me of me like being a kid and trying to balance being like a cool straight edge dude, but then also like I listen to all this rap, but then also I like Cannibal Corpse, and like clearly these things are all like very much at odds with each other. Like none of them would be able to agree with each other.
No, I feel that because I was like battle rapping at lunch and then also doing the musical, you know what I'm saying, like in theater and Vice President Drama Club and shit, so.
And then meanwhile, okay, you're at the battle rap event and somebody is like, you ain't nothing but an art school theater kid or some shit, like that's like a diss, and you're like, I was just doing that. Like,
and I'm like, I still take your bitch. How about that?
and like rollerblading. and then you're like doing ballet. You got like all these hobbies, and they just don't.
Music saved me because I couldn't even really fit into none of the crowds. I wasn't cool enough for the cool kids. I wasn't tough, like, you know what I'm saying? But then when I got into rap, it was just like, oh, I'm accepted here. So music, and I played drums.
Not in rap, you gotta be tough too, right?
No, not necessarily, because I was more hip hop. And plus I played drums in the band, and so we had like one of those bands when I went to Florence to where when the drum line showed up, we was playing
was kinda lit.
Yeah, we was like turn it up. So that kind of helped
Nick
me.
Cannon was your hero.
He really was. People don't understand. This goes way back.
When I was at Wild 'N Out, I was like, I realized earlier in the day, like, I have never seen a Nick Cannon movie.
You never saw Drumline?
Never.
You never saw Love Don't Cost a Thing?
That's a great movie too.
And like I realized that, I'm like, man, I hope nobody brings this up while I'm out Wild 'N Out.
Dog, you gotta watch a Nick Cannon movie. He's a dope actor, especially in Drumline.
At least Drumline, yeah, at least Drumline.
What's that about? Like,
him like going from like high school to college, and then like he's like this troubled kid, but he's really good in music. So he just goes to a black college and he like takes over playing the drums.
See, I'm kind of like proud of like my lack of movie knowledge. So
it's specifically black movie.
He also hasn't seen Get Out. He didn't even know who Key and Peele were.
This is
alarming.
This is real.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Star Wars a couple years ago, and I felt like I lost something. like that was something cool that made me unique for all those years, and then it just sort of went away.
Nah, I think we gotta get your reaction to some of these movies that you're watching years later.
I watched Baby Boy a couple years ago
For the first time?
Yeah.
Wow.
How'd you feel about it? Great work, right?
Classic.
Cool, yeah.
See? There's more on the horizon.
So what would you say is like your favorite movie? That's like a classic.
Rushmore.
Rushmore, like with
Yes.
I haven't
with the
seen
nose.
that.
Yes.
Max, whatever his name is.
Yes. Oh wow.
I don't know. I just watched that a lot
Rushmore.
as a kid. It's not like it's a lot of people's favorite movie, actually.
I don't think I've seen Rushmore.
I've never heard of it.
Is that with,
you don't have respect for my culture.
Is that with are those OR scrubs you're wearing?
Yes.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I say all the time when people don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm familiar, bro. I'm not.
good.
So
super
what's
familiar,
this
but-
movie about? What's Rushmore about?
Honestly, the weird thing about it is that it's about like a junior high age student. He's probably like, I don't know, like 14 or 15 or something, and he like falls in love with his teacher. It's a comedy.
Okay.
And yeah, in retrospect, kind of weird.
Okay, so I'll watch
It's not like she bangs him or anything.
I'll watch Rushmore. You watch Get Out.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll talk about it.
And playing both at the same time on real loud speakers. I brought you hot sauce. You fuck with hot sauce?
I do fuck with hot sauce more than movies, yeah.
Okay. What is me? It's me. My boy's hot sauce is called Daddy Sauce, fermented garlic, fermented habanero, super fire. If you will, if you enjoy hot sauces, I know, Doughboy, you don't fuck with hot sauce.
I can't. Ever since I had weight loss surgery, I can't eat hot food.
What, it fucks up your body or
Yeah,
what?
it fucks up my stomach. It rumbles my tummy. I don't like it a lot.
It really messes you up?
No, for real. I'll be tired.
Wanna be
And
something?
it sucks because I used to love hot food. I used to love pizza. I can't eat pizza no more like that.
Dang.
Sometimes I wish I could just get off the table and make sure that they never did it to me.
In what way is pizza hot?
No, it's not hot, but it's just the dough. It just makes me feel sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up real
The
fast.
irony of your name.
I was just gonna
know,
say
right?
that. Wow.
Can't eat dough. I can't
This
eat
is
donuts
good.
like I
This
used
is
to.
really good.
You tasted it?
Yeah, it has great flavor. It has a little kick, but it's not crazy. It's
Thanks,
not like
guys.
hot and funky garlic chili.
Yeah.
Dudes.
it's not like the hot for nothing type.
How did you get into making? Because I seen you, like I've seen you do a lot of things. How did you get into making hot sauce? What made you want to do that?
Well, Dudes Behind the Foods is my like foodie-ish podcast I do with my boy David. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So we'll start each episode, bring each other some food to eat, and then it kind of just goes into like like aliens and circumcisions, wherever the conversation happens to go. So we always fuck with hot sauce, and we decided to link up with a hot sauce company and figure it out, and it's
We've
fun.
got a Serrano BFD over here. And
Yeah.
Try it on camera.
Wow, Lush One, the motherfucking goat. Lush One, good to see you, dog. Let's go.
BFD.
Pop on my job, Tim.
Depending
I heard this is a hot sauce.
So you're eating a microwave burrito over there?
This is a straight from Taco Bell. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
Is it a BRC?
It's a BRC from Taco Bell. And we're gonna see.
And we want an honest reaction.
All right, because I've tried hot sauce from Taco Bell. I've tried fire sauce.
Yeah.
On this particular burrito.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna see the comparison.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
seductive with it, yeah.
So
Freaky bite.
It's not just hot to be hot.
You
know,
can get
there's
that
some
garlic
flavor
hit.
there.
See what I'm saying?
Thank you,
Is
man.
this a hashtag ad?
I think so.
He slid us all some money before this. Don't worry. We're getting our shit off.
I ain't gonna lie, shit hard. It was significant. I thought it was gonna like burn me more.
No.
I thought this was gonna be like an embarrassing moment for me. Where like, and y'all have seen me eat a Carolina Reaper before.
We did.
So I can handle spice.
Is it really seem to bother you that much?
and a hot chip. But I'm not gonna lie, this snack, and there's like the afterwards heatery, like but it's not overwhelming to the point where it's gonna ruin the meal.
I gave him a handy before the cameras were on so he could advertise and give you a nice little advertisement for this shit. Dudesmerch.com, dudes with a Z-merch.com.
Yeah. Go get you some. Go get you some.
Because it's hot.
People are going to ask why I was making those faces. He was taking the thumbnail photo. Damn, yeah, okay. So I do feel like hot sauce is kind of like the last frontier of like influencer foods. You know, like Steve-O has one. Like I feel like a few people over the years have given me one, and like I even thought about it at one point, and I was like started looking into it. I'm like, oh my god, this is way too competitive. Like because I do love hot sauce, but there's a lot of different directions you can go with it. You know?
Yeah, people fuck with it, man. And because the food show I do with my boy, we've had episodes where we eat really intense like spicy food, and those were some of our, of course, most viral moments. So it just kind of made sense, and we just really fuck with food too. So it wasn't just some every influencer does this type shit. It was we really enjoy it. We really like food. So
definitely,
Right.
yeah. I mean, what else? Like, what's a food that we could do? I feel like okay, hot sauce. It's non-perishable. It just it comes in a glass bottle. Like a burger or a piece of pizza is tough. Like you got to sell it like right then and there. Like it's hard for like the mail order it. This in theory it could go.
I think we should come out with like our own line of Jello shots.
You're just looking for an excuse to drink.
No, I'm not drinking. I'm 9 days. 9 days.
9
dry.
days sober.
9 days sober.
How's that? But you still got the vape. The vape is literally like in your hand.
I need
the whole
something.
Day.
But now I've had 9 days with nothing, man. I feel like a different person, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm back on the meds.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
I'm staying in, man.
How's that going?
Great. I feel different. I think you guys are gonna see if you haven't seen it already. I feel like immense difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a different person because I've been off and on with the medicine because it can make you feel a little spaced out sometimes. But I made a quality decision like, just get sober and take your meds, and I feel solid as a rock.
Go jumper Narcan.
Huh? No.
No jumper Narcan.
No Narcan.
We end up using all of our stockpile for lunch.
Yeah. That could be it.
What do you think?
I thought you were telling me to try it. I was like, no.
You could do Narcan and it won't fuck you up.
So stop messing with stop jiggling this man's titties. He's on the right path again.
Thank you.
Leave him alone.
Thank you,
You
Tim.
upset about that? I feel like a lot of Wild 'N Out alumni.
Yes. How did you feel? How did you feel when you saw it?
About that?
Just stop. Just be nice. He's a nice boy. Stop disrespecting this man.
What do you think is the mix-up, the confusion kind of from everywhere that he's been before No Jumper and then getting here? What do you think is kind of rubbing people, or they're just not getting it about Doughboy right away?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a not getting Doughboy thing. I think how long have you been doing No Jumper now?
About 3 months now, I think. About 3 months. About 90 days.
I think anytime you hop into a new space, everybody kind of has to get used to everyone has to acclimate to each other and the different vibes and what vibe Doe might be bringing and whatever was happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I guarantee, let's say Doughboy quit right now. You know what I'm saying? Even with everything that has transpired and every viral clip I might have seen of him getting his titty jiggled or whatever, it's going to be people in the comments fuck, I miss Doughboy. He was warming up. He was just blah, 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 Just like I was with my ex for 4 years. She never got along with my mom, and then when I finally broke up with her, my mom was like, "Oh, why'd you do that? I liked her." Come on, man.
That's always the terrible part about leaving a girl is that your mom inevitably will have developed some sort of relationship with her, and she'll be pissed off at you. That would be a huge factor in my mind if I decided I wanted to just wild out and just leave Lennon and just go live a crazy life again. My mom would be so upset with me.
Have you guys ever had this happen? Have you ever dated a chick before and people that you introduced her to, she stayed cool with them after y'all broke up? But I don't like that. I'm once we done, y'all all done. I introduced y'all.
No, I don't play that. I'm a breakup by association.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah,
don't talk to my sister no more.
Yeah, I'm good. Unfollow off Instagram.
But that's happened to me, but it's harder to avoid when your whole friend group / social life is built around going to the same bar, and then you break up with the girl and she's still at the bar.
Sucks.
And your friends are just inevitably you're in this merry place. There's so much merriment. You're I know I just kind of said merry twice, but everybody's just drinking. And it's from me historically, it was difficult to separate that because they're just you're gonna see her too. You're gonna be in the same place, and then
It's gonna be awkward for a while.
Yeah, I think you have to like, you know, if your friends really fuck with you like that, though, they have to be willing to shun her.
Yeah, they have to.
But that's only if you're butthurt about it. Really, if you don't care, they should be able to fuck her, and you shouldn't be able to.
I know, but real homies won't.
I mean,
real homies won't.
Nah,
that's like the dirtbag homies. Yeah.
We move as a team. Once I'm done, y'all done. Because then she gonna get comfortable enough to bring another dude around, and then it's just like this is gonna really be weird.
But like,
but if you don't care, you don't care.
If you really don't care. Like, you're showing your tenderness by forbidding it.
But I feel like even when the homies act like they don't care, I know that they do deep down. It's just you're putting on this facade so you look like
everybody cares. You might not care as much as you're showing to the world.
Yeah,
but
there is a world where you just actually don't care.
I think that's
you're acting like it's impossible to not have feelings for her at a certain point. Believe it or not, some people like end shit with a girl and they're like happy to see her move on because it means that she's going to be less annoying to you.
Yeah, I haven't.
He has never. He's never been able to do a clean separation.
Because I fought hard for every relationship that I was in. So if it ended, I always was like, damn it, even if it was my fault. So I just be like, I've never like walked away from a relationship. Well, maybe a couple where I was just like, man, this bitch is crazy. But for the most part, like in most of the relationships I'm in, I didn't want them to end, and you just be sad. You'd be like,
okay, can you tell me if you agree with my theory, which is that every man is only allowed to be tender for one woman at a time.
Oh yeah.
Meaning that,
yes.
Let's say I had only been with Lennon for a year right now, and I had a whole fleet of different girlfriends over the last couple years or whatever, and you guys know them because they were here or whatever. Once I enter into a serious, committed new relationship, I am no longer allowed to say, Moose, you can't fuck with my ex.
I agree with you on that.
Now, if I'm still heartbroken over her, if I'm still kind of fucked up in the head, whatever, then all right, it's fair for me to say like, no, Moose, like it's not cool for you to fuck with my ex. But if I have moved on and I'm in a new relationship, she is back on the market and free game for everyone.
Hold on, wait, I didn't understand it at first. So you're saying Moose, your homeboy, so you and Moose are friends.
Yes.
So you say that once you move on, you should be okay for your friend to smash your ex.
Yes.
I totally don't agree.
I totally do. Because
No.
otherwise, what's the point that we're supposed to like every girl I fuck is now off limits to everybody else? Like that's insane.
Not just my friend circle. And I wouldn't want to mess with none of you. Like once I see you with a girl, she sits to me forever. I'm never gonna be like, yeah. Once you stop messing with her,
I don't even believe that. What are you gay?
No,
like,
no, I'm just no.
If she's an attractive woman and I've moved on. Why should I continue to be able to monopolize multiple hoes?
Because my friendship with you would be more important than getting the box from her, and I wouldn't want to risk you tripping.
The friendship.
No, but I wouldn't want to risk unless you had underlying feelings and was just fronting to me. I wouldn't want to risk hurting you and being like, damn, why is Doe messing with my ex? It's a million chicks in the world.
I'll take it even a step further. Is that my current girl should not allow me to forbid my friends to fuck my ex. Like that's a betrayal of
so deep.
But that's a betrayal of like our current relationship for me to get mad about you fucking with my ex. That's that's like me saying that like some part of me is still hung up on this girl who's
right.
I see.
I thought that was the original scenario. Like, should your girl be able to be mad at you for telling the homies don't fuck my ex?
I think she should.
I think it's fair for your current boo to be mad at you for like caring, like
worrying about anything.
But see,
with the ex.
This is how I look at it. If I feel like if I stop messing with a chick and then you want to smash her at her, I'll just be like, what, were you looking at her the whole time? Like, did you want to smash? Like, that would just be weird to me. Like, why would you want to smash a chick that you know I smashed?
But that's paranoid bullshit that comes from a place of insecurity. Like, why do you have to assume that I was looking at her like, oh, she's dope? Because I actually could do that right now. Like, let's say you had some super hot girl that you were bringing here all the time. Yes, I am looking at her like, damn, she's hot. Like, I would totally fuck her. I'm not going to because you're with her. But
even attempt to.
But then once we're done, then it's like, hey, open season?
Once you say it is, once he's saying like you gave the permission.
If me and Lena end tomorrow, and granted, like this is the extreme case, because like 10 years together, you got kids, you own a house together, all that shit. It's like, that's like the ultimate,
the most tender
excuse for me to say like, nah, nobody can ever fuck with Lena. Right. But if me and Lena split up, and then a year later, I'm in a committed relationship, I don't think that I should be able to tell you that you can't fuck with
her.
You
absolutely should. That's your wife, man.
It's my ex-wife in the situation I'm laying like asshole.
Hell no. That's just like that Derek Fox situation with Matt Barnes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And who?
Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher, my bad. Derek Fisher. So Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes were both teammates on a team. Once Matt Barnes like stopped messing with his ex-wife that he has kids with, Derek Fisher started messing with her and wifed her and married her.
But they're not even real friends, right? They're just on the same team.
But I mean, you're teammates. I mean, they had a decent enough relationship.
means you got drafted to the same team. That's like you work at the same supermarket.
So you would have no problem. We work together, so we're technically co-workers, even though you are the boss. Let's just say you divorce Lynn, and then 6 months later, I'm dating her, and then I marry her. That wouldn't bother you?
Okay. In reality, would it bother me? Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
But
What are you talking about?
But that's me having been with her for 10 years and having kids with her.
Like Matt Barnes.
Which is a little different. And that's also, I don't want you around my kids. No offense. But I think you should be on some kind of registry.
So it's a Doughboy specific thing that we came down to.
Nah, but context matters. 10 years is different than a 1 year. I feel like I hear what you're saying. I do hear that.
A year, it's like, but also we all know that a year, you can have just as fiery a relationship for a year than in 10 years. Realistically, in 10 years, by the end of it, a lot of times the relationship has kind of got to the point where it's not so passionate. You know,
I just got to the point because I've seen situations go bad between friends over chicks and stuff, and that's why I said like maybe I'm a little bit extreme when I say once I see you with a chick, that's sis, because I no longer look at her like that. Like I don't want to see if stuff don't work out. I just, as my friend, I don't ever want to go there because I don't ever want to make it weird.
I agree with Doughboy on that. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, like just like once, especially, and I feel like you can have more than one girl that you're tender dicking over. You could have favorite hoes.
Right.
I think up to 3.
Now, if it's a bop and you don't care, this is like she's for everybody. Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
But many of us wife bops.
Wife bop.
The Lena Stray is crazy.
Honestly, I feel like I think it depends on the stage of life you're in too, right? Because my ex was I've only had a couple serious relationships, right? Mm-hmm. So my ex, that was for 4 years, significant amount of time, but it was so long ago. So like, and I was completely over it pretty soon after it ended. So if the homie was like, yo, can I potentially take her out and probably smash, I probably would have been cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm at a point now where it's been so long, if they got married, I would probably be like, I'm happy for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
what if he didn't consider you, didn't call you?
No,
just went through with it.
You gotta get permission. You gotta get it signed
You the
off.
gatekeeper.
At the very least.
Yeah.
Can I throw out an extreme version of this that I went through?
Let's hear it.
I dated a girl for probably 4 months, which is far less significant, but it was like about as intense as it could possibly get during this 4 months.
Those are the best.
We had a big, nasty breakup. It got real ugly, terrible shit, whatever. And then I'm literally, after we break up, and really, she left me. Like, she left me in a way that I had never really had to deal with before. It really made me feel like a piece of shit as a human being, caused me to do a lot of like self-exploration in my brain because I felt very much like inferior to her new dude. And so I'm literally depressed for like maybe like a month and a half. I'm fucked up in the head. Fast forward like 2 years later, 2 of my homies that I ride BMX with every day, they go to a party, they get blackout drunk together. This girl's at the party. They end up fucking her together. And apparently at one point, like one of them, they were like fucking together. And at one point, like, because they're all doing coke and shit, they're like getting super loose with it. One of them is in the shower, fucking her from behind in the shower. She's on her period. She reaches down and takes some of her period blood and eats it off her fingers.
Yeah, word.
This was your queen.
And then they were all like, hey, how's Adam been?
What the fuck is that?
Talk to Adam lately?
I know. And this is a girl that I took serious enough that I was depressed. Like, and by this time, because it's many years later when this happened, like 2 years later, it's like I'm not hung up on her at all. But I still, like, when they told me that they did that, because, like, they're still drunk. They show up at the house at, like, 11 p.m. And one of them is super polite and quiet and, like, probably would have preferred to not tell me. He was probably, like, hella embarrassed. The other one, just like, yo, bro, 22. We fucked your ex together. Fully just lays it out for him. And I'm like, I spend 20 minutes being like, you're full of shit. Bro, I know you're lying, bro. Like, obviously you're lying. No, I'm not lying. We fucked her together. She ate her period blood. I'm like, and slowly it starts to set in like, this is not a troll. He's telling me some real shit that actually happened.
Was it like a clarifying moment? Like, damn, that bitch was kind of dirty the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's how I'm looking at it.
Your friends ain't shit.
I'm sure it hurt in the moment.
I had no idea that she was a slut. Before me, Before me, another dude that I knew had dated her and lived with her for probably like 8 years, and as far as I knew, never cheated. And then somehow like they break up, and somehow I swoop in. I'm not knowing that she's a fucking whore like this. And then, but when we broke up, all my friends, everyone in Long Beach that was around, we didn't want to tell you. Just what a psycho piece of shit whore she was. They're like, Adam, like, we didn't want to tell you because you seem so happy, but that bitch is fucking crazy.
You gotta tell the homie.
You're like, tell me.
Maybe she was heartbroken about losing you, bro, and she was trying to get you back by smashing all the homies.
On her whole face.
The guy that she was with, that she left me for, she was still with him when these two dudes fucked her. They had a kid together.
She's not shit.
So she might have been cheating on you too.
Yeah, well, with the guy that she ended up being with. Yeah. For sure
she was a terrible person.
Really,
but your friends ain't shit. I think they were all three of them were wrong. She was wrong for fucking your friends, and they was wrong for fucking
I
your
believe them that they really, because like we kept our relationship like real low key and serious. So like by the time all my friends found out that I was with this girl, they kind of like already were in a position where if they told me, they knew it was gonna fucking hurt my feelings and fuck me up, because I was really like every night with this girl for like 4 months straight.
And you probably wouldn't have believed them if they tried to tell you.
Yeah, because there's always that chance that you lose the homie.
What do you do in those situations when you know the chick ain't good for the homie, but they can't see it? And you,
it's weird, right?
I tell the homie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the homie that tells the homie, and if he's not fucking with me because of it, I just kind of let it play out, and then eventually he comes back and he's like, Moose, you was right.
But they're always gonna be like, nah, bro, you jealous.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Nah,
they'll fuck around and go tell her that you told her.
Sure, and then
man,
she
Moose
hates
said I
you
should
too.
fuck with you.
That's absolutely happened.
And by the time that he figures out that she ain't shit for himself, he'll probably already have forgot about the fact that Moose Man tried to warn him. It's just like, this is gonna be a big blur. I don't even remember it like that, you know?
But yeah, I would feel wrong going to bed like, man, the homie's just getting done dirty, and I know, and I haven't told him. I was just, I can't sit
That
right.
just sucks that they waited until he got out there. Man, we didn't know how to tell you, bro.
Yeah, let me get cheated on first,
But
and then
also,
tell
bro,
me.
4 months, that's crazy. For you to fall that deep in 4 months.
No,
Oh,
4
it can
months
happen.
is plenty
It can
of time.
happen. That's plenty.
Y'all be
With
so in
change.
love,
Oh,
bro.
God. Let's romantics. Come on,
It
Tim.
doesn't really seem that familiar anymore, because I feel like maybe 4 months wouldn't be enough for me. But all right, this is the thing. It was like within a year of me moving to LA. So like when you move from one place to another, especially if you don't have like a real built-in social network or whatever, like for me now, if I move to New York, I was like, I'll be fine. I'm gonna make tons of friends. I'm gonna have tons of people to hang out with. When I moved to Long Beach, I just like didn't have that much like of a support structure besides like my 3 or 4 other homies that rode bikes. So it's like I not only like fell deeply in love with this girl, but it kind of like filled in a lot of blanks that also existed in my life. Like, so I felt like it was worse than any 4-month relationship could get me at this point.
You clung to her as like a support system and support beam type of girlfriend.
Finally, someone was making you feel at home and like you belonged.
She was a dirty fucking slut. That's crazy.
You find out after the relationship that she's lying about everything.
Oh my!
She told me all these companies that she did graphic design for, that she modeled for, etc. Afterwards, you just found out it's all fake.
So she's like female loose cannon.
Yeah,
pretty much.
no, literally. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You dated the female.
So
loose
this is why I'm
cannon.
fucked up. This is like, people don't understand.
No, that's always tough to deal with when you deal with a chick and then you find out that she is nothing like what you had her in your mind. It's like, how the fuck did I miss this whole
for sure.
time? And that shit hurts.
I remember one time we went to the bar and there's like skateboards on the wall of the bar that weren't normally there. And she told me that this is my art show. Like
Wow.
This is all art that I did. That they're like, this is like a premiere from my line of skateboards. And then like I find out later that's just not true. She's made it up.
She's actually crazy.
Yeah.
She's seriously crazy.
Those are actually the psychos.
She's
that will
crazy,
just lie
crazy.
to- at the drop of a dime, just lie to you.
Somehow I didn't get it.
Did you start your villain arc after this relationship? Is that when you kind of just went cold?
I did fuck like all her roommates.
There you go.
She had like 2 roommates. I banged both of them. That felt kind of
Were
good.
you just praying that she found out?
You fucked her roommates before you found out that they fucked her?
No, I found out. Oh, before that, yeah, but like right after we broke up, because then she moved out of the apartment with her roommates to go live with this new guy who's like rich. So just like living
And you
in
went
his
over there and fucked the roommates.
So I fucked her bum ass roommates.
time.
Yeah, and all the roommates were like,
Get on this air mattress,
bitch. Let's eat some period blood
Adam just
tonight.
fucking cringe.
They're kind of like unattractive, but like I did it anyway. You know?
Yeah, out of spite.
Hold on. I just want to make sure and just check the room real quick. I'm 46. I've never seen a chick eat her period blood. Have y'all ever seen that in real life?
No.
Yeah.
You have?
No.
Yeah.
No.
In a sex, you've seen that?
Besides that, no.
Probably. Oh, say so, yeah.
That's like
it's a different level.
that shit porn stars don't do. Yeah. So you're just a regular
it's
girl
against the
doing that.
rules,
That's
that's
crazy.
fine.
Yeah,
They would if
Literally,
they
like,
could.
you can't do that on OnlyFans.
Oh Lord. Well, hot sauce. Hot sauce. Nice dark red daddy sauce there for you.
Well, let's make a hot sauce and call it period blood.
That would sell like crazy, actually.
That's
really
like the sexy
might
red
have
shit. She
something.
had something like that. She had like a lipstick line.
Man. So wait, okay, you have been with your lady for how long?
Let's see, we've been married for 8 years. We've been together for, this is 2026. It'll be 15 years in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does it feel good? You have any second thoughts? Anything we should know about?
It's too late now, man. Nah. It's dope. We've been locked in. And look, I was giving you shit for being in love after 4 months, but this was a situation where after I had been holding out, like I hung out with her and I was like, okay, I texted the homie immediately. I'm like, yo, I'm in love. This is different. You know what I'm saying? After the first, I was like, yo, this is different. I'm in love. You know
After the first date?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much. I mean, of course I was being,
Right.
I was exaggerating.
Caught up in the moment a little bit.
But 15 years
But it
later,
played out.
you knew.
15 years later, 2 babies later, bang, bang. How about that, huh?
How soon is it that you guys know? So did you know, like, how long did it take from when you met Lena that you was like, yeah. This
To have a kid?
No, that I'm going to be with her. Like, this is the woman I'm going to marry. Because he knew it after the first date. When did you know?
I mean, I like met her, and then maybe like 6 months later, we're like actually dating, and then it begins like the slow process. Then like at some point you stop cheating, and then you're like, oh, this is like getting a little bit more serious here. Yeah.
I'm not fucking other women.
I'm like, I'm not cheating. That's crazy. Like maybe I really care about her. And then
You wake up after with another one like, do I feel bad about this? I feel a little guilty about this.
it's really just you get caught a bunch of times. Like if I never got caught, I wouldn't have felt bad. You know? Probably never
It makes you feel really bad. And then you
Bad
stop.
cheater.
And you were popping when you met your wife then. You were already pretty popping.
I had already kind
For
of
a couple years at least.
Yeah, I had some time to just like hoe out, and like it luckily for me, the whole year of my life kind of was synonymous with when I was like on tour and the YouTube shit had been popping for a little bit, so I had time to really get it out of my system.
But you never ran into those feelings like, you know, is she messing with me for me? Or, you know what I'm saying, does she like Timothy De La Ghetto better?
wants
You know
my
what I'm saying?
subscribers.
Exactly. Yeah, like, you know,
Cheer
you
for the
was,
subs.
The thing about she didn't know who I was when we met. We kind of had like a year of just communicating. You know what I'm saying? Because it was long distance. She was Canadian, so we had some time to kind of get to know each other before we even really actually. So we were communicating before the first like date. You feel me? So, and for her, I never felt that because I'm like, she's dope. Her vibe was always like, look, man, I got my own shit going on. Like, she had a nail salon in Canada. Like, she had money already. Like, she had her own shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that was never really in the back of my mind. And in the back of my mind, like, if that was the case and we broke up, then okay, it is what it is, and we broke up.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
like,
it was worth a try for sure.
yeah, because I definitely had to try. I used to be like, I would never try a long distance relationship until I met her, and I thought if I don't at least give it a try, I'll like regret it forever, you know?
But I feel like the era of YouTube that you come from is the same as me in a sense where it's like if you have a new girlfriend, you're making a YouTube video about that. You're just like putting it out there.
Yeah.
Whereas like a huge percentage of people I know now are not really just like laying everything out there for the world. But back in the day, especially in like the daily, you were a daily vlogger at one point, right? Damn near, right?
Yes, here's the thing too, right? I learned my lesson low key because I was daily vlogging with my ex.
Right.
So I kind of was able to take from that, like maybe I shouldn't put all of it out so fast. And also, you know, my wife, when we first started dating, I knew she was a private person. She didn't fuck with the camera like that. She wasn't trying to be on camera. So I kept it pretty low key for a while until I felt she was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, let me not take the camera out every day like I was doing before and just chill, see what's going on, test the temperature a little bit.
Let me ask you something. You're out in public. You're at the fucking yogurt shop. And you see a white man in a relationship with an Asian queen.
Yeah.
Is there a little bit of you that, because this is like a real thing in the black community.
Yeah.
If a black dude sees me with a beautiful black woman,
Oh, we hot. We on your ass.
like even if nothing is said, you could cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah.
I think it's worse the other way around. I think the white
Yeah, no,
guy's
you
more
can't.
mad
It's a
at the
real
black
thing.
guy with the bad
I mean,
white wife.
Some black guys like who might not be like super in touch with their blackness might not care, but if you a real black guy, you looking at me a
There's
little weird,
always
right?
a part of me
black
when I
women,
when I
pretty
see a black woman with a white man, I'm like, what the fuck's she doing with
Well,
him?
look, from my experience, well, first, let me speak on that because, like, because my wife is half black, and so
Let's go.
I've never had anybody angry at me about that. If anything, I've got like some complimenty compliments. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he got himself a sister. Oh, okay, right?
That's
like,
energy.
oh, then where you find her at? That type of shit, right? And or you might get the occasional, he don't know what to do with all that ass, girl, something like that, right? But it's never been on some like standoffishness, right?
Right.
Where I feel like, you know, if someone saw you with a black girl, have you ever had that experience though?
Not really.
See what I'm saying? For me, if I saw a white dude with an Asian girl, no, I'm not salty about it. I just think maybe just growing up in LA, everybody's just mixing out here. Everybody's swirling. I don't feel any type of way about it. I do pull her aside and be like, "Are you good? Are you okay?
Do you know him?
Blink twice.
You go to school with him?
Are you being sex trafficked? You know what I'm saying? Just to make just make sure she's
Check
good.
temperatures.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? And then if it's all good,
That's real.
Hand her a piece of paper with a safe word on it.
Yeah. You good? Yes. No.
Wrong,
Mark. Yeah.
yeah. Scream no jumper if you're in trouble.
I think that's like the most common like couple is white guy, Asian woman in America today. Like interracial couples.
Well, like a lot of the most
top.
successful white men, like the Mark Zuckerbergs of this world, you know, somehow
Snatch them up Asian white.
That's what they need, you know.
I think it's a college thing too. You know, there's a lot of Asians in college with the nerds and stuff. They
White
snatch
men
them
and
up.
Asian women just kind of they come together.
Yeah, they come together at the colleges. Yeah,
higher education.
Like I'm sure there's people that are salty about it whenever there's a couple that's mixed. You know,
Right.
but, you know,
Who do you think cares the least? What race cares the least about that?
Probably whites. Well, my type of whites, but
Yeah, because the whites, you see
Whites
a black
be
guy with a
tripping.
hot white wife.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, then
I don't
I
like that
thought
shit.
about like a lot of other
The X comments,
like that
you know,
at
the X
all.
comment section is not gonna like that.
yeah. I mean, you know, it's,
Mexicans be tripping over, you know,
Probably
our girls
Mexicans. I
dating
think it's
black
probably
dudes.
Mexicans.
Nah,
But
they be
if black
tripping
dudes want
sometimes.
to catch feelings about white guys dating black women, then the black dudes should actually start dating black women.
I think
They
they
should.
care the least because
They
they
should.
be exploring more than other.
Right.
I mean,
races.
black women feel shunned by black men oftentimes, or at
They
least
do.
I've
And that's
seen
why
it.
They take
Moose
that
Man's
shit
here for you.
personal.
Yes.
We're all the black queens. I got you. Don't worry. And Tim, before he got married, obviously.
yes. I mean, I did wife a half one. So,
Let's shout out to the happy.
No one's taking that away from him.
So Tim, let me ask you this: you've been in YouTube since what? 06?
yeah,
07?
06, yeah.
How does it
06.
feel to be one of the forefathers of this YouTube shit? You got to dub in.
You were the first YouTuber I ever saw on YouTube, by
Well,
the way.
damn.
And when I was talking to Subot Fire the other day, who basically like was kind of like the first young lit black dude on
Viral.
YouTube, your name came up when he was listing off his early influences. So that kind of says a lot.
Well, crazy shit. The first time I met Hot Fire, shout out to Deshaun Raw, man, good dude. And I feel like definitely innovative guy with his sketches back in the day. First time I linked up with him, he was like, bro, I used to watch your vlogs every day. You know what I'm saying? So I know, yes, I've been doing it for a long time. This will be, you know, my 20th year on YouTube.
That's so
Right,
fire.
that's crazy.
It's dope, man. Look, I feel like I owe a lot to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I got on that shit just because I was just, you know, I was out here just trying to be an actor. You know, I was trying to see whatever way I could find my way in there. Before I found YouTube, I was on MySpace uploading rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to figure out how to get on. And I think I hopped on obviously like really early, so that helped. It also helped that there weren't a lot of people starting off back then. They didn't know what the fuck it was.
Right.
And it helped that, like, you know, there was a whole Asian community of people who, you know, they didn't see Asian people on the TV or movies or, you know, rapping or being stupid like I was. So a lot of people identified with me and were like, okay, finally I'm seeing somebody that reminds
It's
me
like
of
Bobby
me.
Lee and you
Right.
pretty much was the ones that was popping damn near around
So
that
you were,
time.
like, you were technically on YouTube before they even started monetizing for people, right?
I was making no money.
That's
back
crazy.
Then. Yeah, there was no such thing as monetization back then.
So you were just doing it for the love of the game.
I was really trying to. I was like, let me see if this shit might do something. You know, I would take little stupid webcam videos, put it on my MySpace to see if like, oh, okay, let me make the homies laugh, make my little MySpace friends laugh, and then I started to hit these like most viewed lists on YouTube, and I thought, okay, this might be useful.
And how old were you when this shit was happening?
Don't worry about all that, dog.
So when did you know?
Just permanently young.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't aged one
Don't
bit.
make
I'm
me
not gonna
admit that
lie.
I'm 56.
How far into your YouTube career did you know what? I can do this full time and this could be my bread and butter.
It started to catch some juice just when I was getting views. And then when the money started coming in a little bit. Because I was still in college when my first couple of videos started doing well, and when dudes were like, "Oh, hey, it's YouTube guy," you know what I'm saying? And then I was still working at California Pizza Kitchen, slanging pizzas, and then I had got fired from CPK the same week where I won this contest, a YouTube contest that like got me like 15 G's. That I was like, okay, I can actually use some money to live off for a little bit
and just do this
and just go hard. And then so I just started going hard, and then haven't, then I haven't worked a real job since. And that was probably like 2010.
Damn.
That's tight.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Look at us, man. Hey, wow.
20 years later.
What a blessing.
Surviving.
Do you miss MySpace? Do you think like a MySpace like re-rock could come back and be successful? Because I always look at that as like, yeah, it does. But
I just saw that news coming out that Blink-182 dropped like their new single on MySpace, which I got to assume that MySpace like gave them money to do that.
To revamp.
Yeah, because I remember when Tom sold it, and then like another company tried to revive. It's very bare bones though. When I went to go on there,
I don't think I have access to the email that I used to use for MySpace.
Yeah, like some of your photos will be gone and stuff like that. Like you could log in, but I felt like that was like the best social media, where like with the customization, where you're typing in the codes and changing the backgrounds online now.
Top 8, remember the top 8?
Yeah, I had top 16,
but
top
Facebook
30.
literally blew up because it eradicated that.
Yeah.
That specifically was the thing that so many people hated about MySpace. And then once you got to Facebook and everything was clean and
set up for you.
Buttoned up.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just photos. And then like, because remember how basic Facebook was?
Yeah. That's why I hated it as a kid. And MySpace was so much cooler. Like, go to the layout website, copy a layout code, take it back.
Can I ask this? What's the most offended you've ever been as an Asian person in your life by anything like in pop culture that made Asian people look bad or whatever? Was it Crazy Rich Asians? Was it Chinaman? Was it
the Shane Gillis comments that he got canceled off SNL for?
Like a pop-in.
Was it Andrew Yang? No.
You're saying a bad representation of Asian
like
community.
Anything that like made you feel like this is fun. Like, what was your
this
George
don't make
Floyd
Asians
moment?
look good?
There had to be. I mean, look. Of course, I wouldn't say there was anything pop culturally that I can remember right off the bat that I was like, I'm highly bothered by this, right? I mean, of course, there was the wave of like during the Stop Asian Hate.
I was gonna bring that up.
When it did seem like there was an upscale of attacks on Asian people like randomly, and I was like, normally I don't make a video or statement on something unless I feel like I'm adding something new to the conversation, or else I feel like I'm just saying shit people want to hear.
Yeah.
But I did feel like I needed to just be like, hey guys, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like Stop Asian Hate was kind of short-lived, because at some point the Asians who were raising this concern realized that it was all black people who were beating up the old Asian people.
I mean, it was all types of shit going on, right? And there was one case specifically where there was like an old Asian man that randomly got tackled by a young black dude. And it's like, but at the same time, you can't attach one thing to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Right. But for me, it was just like, all right, let's I felt like I only needed to say something because I know like sometimes you get fed an algorithm and you might not see what's happening on other people's timelines. And I know that I have a pretty diverse following, so I wanted to be like, hey y'all, just in case you didn't know, Asian people getting beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Probably stop.
Yeah, so maybe hey, let's stop that.
And it was COVID, a president was saying it's the Chinese virus. There was a lot of bad press for Asians.
I was just
around
watching
that time.
something about how the lab leak thing is like total bullshit. And that it was only really pushed through because it helped to kind of like obscure the fact that Trump was the one who like rushed the vaccines through.
Interesting.
He like created like more noise around that, the lab leak.
Yeah, I've heard, comparing things to
But
that.
you an exotic Asian too, because you Thai.
I am. Southeast Asian. Yep.
That's hard though. That's good.
Let me ask you this, Tim. You do a lot of different stuff, right?
Can I waterfall that?
What? Yeah, for sure.
Thanks.
Just remember when you didn't let you hit the blunt.
I
didn't even bring it in.
This is a personal.
Yeah.
No. All right, so you do a lot of things. You do music. You do Wildin' Out. You do a podcast. Shout out No Chaser.
Thank you.
You do acting. You do all these things. Money doesn't matter, but you can only do one of these things for the rest of your life. Out of all the things you do, which one are you doing and why?
Man, you know what? I think after a long time of doing all types of shit, I talked to you recently.
Right.
I've been trying to write a movie for like the past 3 years.
Him too.
Yo, word.
I'm writing one
No,
right
him,
now.
not me.
Word.
It's about no jumper.
I'm writing one.
And I finally got my shit written, right? And now I'm like, and I actually might, I'm moving the puzzle pieces to get it made. And I'm like, oh man, it'd be so easy if I was just rich and I could just get this shit done, right? And I'm having so much fun figuring out the filmmaking process after making little like 5-minute sketches on YouTube, right? So now it's like I'm taking it, I'm trying to do this on such a larger scale. Like I love making music, right? Like I really do, right?
Traffic.
Bars and shit like that too. And the people that fuck with the music enjoy the music. But I feel like for me, I really do, I think through everything I found out, one of the most fulfilling things is when you make someone laugh and you feel like, okay, you really made their day and you really, took them out of whatever slump they might have been in. So if I feel like if I can help someone escape and have them just, as cliche as it sounds, just have like a brighter day, feel better, have a little laugh, yuck it up a bit, then, I would just make movies, bro. Like just,
movies. Yeah, that's fire.
Is that in reference to the High School Sucks movie? Because out of all the questions that were sent to me when I posted that we're doing a pod with you, that was the one that was most requested.
That
is it dead in the water? Is what I'm saying? What the homies asked. That's what they're asking.
Okay, so to get familiar with the lore, Adam 22.
High School Sucks.
Back High School Sucks. The musical.
I see like a Reddit post about how High School sucks.
High School Sucks. The musical.
Why is there a high school Reddit? It's just called High School. It's just every high schooler on earth.
That's why it's relatable, bro.
High School Sucks musical.
So back in like 2012, me and the homies had put out a couple viral music videos. There's one called Kings of MySpace and some other shit. So we got the opportunity through a film company. They gave us a little bag, and we were like, let's make a musical about high school, but like make songs about shit that people don't normally talk about, like you losing your virginity and shit like that, right?
J. Cole beat us to it.
Yeah, right. So then, and getting boners in class and shit like that. So we did the whole thing. I wrote like 80% of the music. We recorded a whole ass album. We filmed this thing, but because it was such a small bag, we ran out of money, right? So, and we didn't know. We were like stupid ass, like, I don't know, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. We're like, we signed a stupid ass contract and we were like, yo, we need more money. The movie company wasn't trying to give us any more money. So it just never got done. And then so since they had the rights to it, it sat on a shelf for like years. Years later, another company bought the rights, gave us money to finish it. We finished it, but then they also never put it out.
Wow.
So fast forward to now, literally last few months, my boy Pedro Flores, he just recently found like, oh shit, it's been long enough, looked through like a loophole in the contract. He's like, I could probably get this shit back. So he's been having little screenings, even though we made this shit like 15 years ago, you feel me? 10, 15 years ago. So he's trying to see like what's good now that we got Tubi, now we got like all types of different ways to get it out. We're trying to figure out a way. So it's not dead in the water.
Okay.
Right?
That's all they wanted to know for
16 years ago, the intro theme was uploaded, so this is like not a new thing.
So yes, 16
6 million
years ago.
views too. So at some point, people were very excited about this.
At some point, yes.
It's got to see the light of day, man.
The behind the scenes of the YouTube Stars trailer has 80 million views. Like, come on, man.
That was
He's
me
going crazy.
That was me clickbaiting people.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's what all the comments on that video say, but it worked. You the OG of the shit.
Yo, is there a certain extent to which you feel like YouTube is just like kind of dead as opposed to like how it used to be? Because I'm kind of constantly reminded about the fact that it used to be so much easier to get views in the early days, and now it just feels so unbelievably competitive in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, it is because, back then, like I said, there wasn't a whole lot of people, there weren't as many people doing it, right? And now also you got like TikTok, you got Snapchat, you got all these different avenues to get your shit out. It used to be like the only option was YouTube, right? Yeah. So you drop something on YouTube, everybody's going there. Nowadays.
And YouTube actually has like restrictions in comparison to TikTok, where like TikTok, it's ad free. You see it on your phone. It's so easy. You skip to the next thing. It's like nothing. Whereas YouTube, in comparison, you have to watch ads. average YouTube clip is like longer. Granted, they have shorts and everything now, but in terms of like getting people to watch long form shit, it just feels so much more difficult.
I know. Like you can't even send somebody a YouTube link. They're not gonna click it. You know what I'm saying?
But whereas you send somebody a reel and you feel like
Instantly.
it's kind of rude if they don't click it, right?
No,
Like,
for sure.
It's so little
Like, bro,
commitment.
it's 15
40
seconds. I'm
seconds.
sending.
If I send you a
Come on.
10-minute vlog, it's like me asking you to read a book.
I know, literally. You know what I'm saying?
that has-
These phones got fucked up, bro. And that's the thing. And it doesn't translate, right? I'll post a clip of, you post a clip of a podcast, it'll get 2 million views, but nobody's like, let me go watch the whole episode, see what they're talking about.
I saw the best part right here.
Exactly.
It's in the
Right?
clip.
The highlights.
People going, no one gives a fuck.
And now, like, people used to just clip stuff because it was just like they liked it and they were fans of it. And now clipping is this huge business.
I know.
And it's kind of crazy because you're like paying people to clip content so that they will like maybe go watch your live stream. And like, I don't care if you watch my fucking live stream for 8 hours, you're contributing like 10 cents, 20 cents to the bottom line. Like, it's just so like not really worth it. But like when I think about how much stuff was going viral, like, you know, in 2016, 2017, 2018, it was like all the time, but like, you know, it wasn't, there was no like mechanism to make it happen.
Yeah, it's like creating that ecosystem, the lore of like, oh, everywhere I go, every time I open up this app, all I see is Adam 22, and that's kind of what the Clippers effect is. I feel like it's like Clav, I can't get them out of my fucking head. It's because there's a million Clippers.
People just be doing shit just for clips now. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're not even talking about nothing. Let's just talk about what turns into a good clip. You know?
Let me ask both of you guys this, because I know you guys both might have a little bit more insight than Moose and I. Do you guys know off rip, like when you see a video that you're about to upload, like, yeah, this is for sure going viral? I know that it is. Like, is it something that you know, or is it just something that you just throw everything against the wall and just see what sticks?
And it's today the most random time.
Right.
I mean, with my content, it's mostly like this person talks about this, and I can kind of judge like how famous is that person or how interesting is that person to people, and then the thing that they're talking about, how interesting is that thing. So sometimes I'm a little surprised. Like I was surprised that the Adrian Broner talking about if he'll ever quit alcohol, that got like 300K in like a day or two. I was like a little surprised by that, but also when I posted it, you know, I kind of know that like that's sort of like the main thing that people are fascinated by with him. So it's like I'm usually not that surprised. But what will be surprising is over time, 6 months later, you see a clip that was like not a big deal when you posted it, and then like all of a sudden people like really care, and you're like, oh, like that was like more impactful than I realized.
Or you'll get like an influx of mean comments. I'm like, oh, everyone's calling me a chink today. What's going on? Oh, I hit an algorithm. Oh, shit.
Some TikTok went viral.
Yeah, okay. We let motherfuckers are mean today. That means I hit someone's algorithm. Baby, let's go.
And I haven't seen you do a thing in a while where like something happens to somebody and you drop like the rewind clip like Vlad. Because I remember you did that like one time and everybody gave you like a bunch of flack for somebody dying or something.
I used to do a lot, but it feels, I mean, Vlad still does it.
Yeah, he still re-rocks it when someone dies for sure.
It's kind of like worth it because it's good to just have that footage in the algorithm again, but then at the same time, like you get so much shit for it, even though I disagree with the reason why they're talking shit, but it doesn't change the fact that like it will just produce like a huge outflow of, and no matter like the more well targeted the clip is, like if a rapper dies from taking pills, and then we re-upload a clip of that rapper talking about taking pills.
I take 80 a day.
And if he will ever die or whatever, like from this thing, like which is like, it's so well suited to like doing a throwback clip that it's just so obvious to do it. But you know, the more targeted it is, the more that people will be horrified. Yeah. That being said, it's like, everyone else is going to do it for you. You know, like everyone else. If this clip of this guy who just died, like if there is a clip about fucking Oliver Tree taking a helicopter ride, it is going to be an insanely viral tweet / Instagram post, etc. But if you, as the person who did that interview, upload it, and it's just like you're just going to get such a negative reaction. And like for me, I don't even really think about it. Like, you know, I don't have somebody on the team where I'm like, hey, you got to find a throwback clip per day, which we've done that in the past, but it's just, I don't know. It feels like a lot of effort for stuff that like usually doesn't really move the needle. And then if it does move the needle, it's because of something like horrific or sad or fucked up.
The hate that comes with it too. Yeah, like I saw Oliver Tree talking about like, oh, this is what's going to be in my will in like a podcast. Like,
now that's starting to come out and go super viral.
Do any of you guys know him?
No.
Me neither.
I had an ex that used to listen to him a lot.
Really?
So
yeah,
it was like kind of a little happy. when
He
I
actually
saw
had
the
some
news.
very
Wait, what?
Like, because she's a fan, so that means like my ex will be sad that he passed away. It's
don't
kind of
wanna
like
admit
that type of
Oh
thing.
my
But
God.
There's
Shout out
actually-
to
there's-
rest in
very
peace to
edgy
Oliver
Bruce
Tree.
fan take right there.
I'm just
Wow.
being honest.
No, there's actually like some like really like eerie clips coming out now about him talking about like when if and when he dies, like his music sales will probably go up, and talking about what he's gonna leave to his kids stuff, and it's just like, damn, that was kind of forecasted.
Yeah, he
'cause
set
that
up a
wasn't-
grant, they said, where it's like he's not going to give any money to his family. It's all going to go to like
Artists.
up and coming artists and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is weird to think that, like, if I die tomorrow, like, bro, you know how many times I've talked about dying on here?
Yeah, I talk about death so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love talking
And
about
then they're going to be
death.
like, see, he spoke it into existence. Every rapper that gets killed, like you see in
You
this
gotta
interview.
watch what you say.
Yeah.
The universe
He said
is
he was going to
listening.
die one day, and he died one day.
And they have websites that basically will like search the transcripts of all your YouTube videos, because sometimes that's occurred to me in the past, like, how did somebody remember
That's
that there
what I
was
think
a
of, yeah.
clip from 5 years ago of this guy talking about this and then he died or whatever, but like, like they don't even have to like really like there's like entire databases where they can search your transcripts, so they don't have to be a big fan.
They could just
That makes a lot more
type
sense.
your stuff in.
Yeah, which is that's kind of freaky.
We need to get on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, if I die, man, just make sure the Asian jokes are good jokes and not basic shit. All right? Get creative, please. Just make sure the jokes are creative. This should be so easy sometimes, dog. Give me a good joke if I die. Bro.
Me doing the eulogy. Tim was a great man, but
No, I do it for you. I do it for you.
Yeah,
Here's
go
what you
ahead.
don't make. Probably died in a car accident. This fool probably choked on some dog.
His eyes are really closed now.
Hey, okay, bang bang. Not bad.
I'm looking down at Tim in his casket the same way that Tim used to look down at his tiny shriveled penis.
There you go. Low
like that, right? There you
go.
Basic
Yeah.
shit. I
Banger.
do
Right.
better.
Right. Do better. Sold him the right way.
I can't believe you just said that. Wow. Wow.
I don't know what got him. Was it the MSG and the orange chicken, or was it the kung fu?
Okay.
I mean, it's just I'm just trying to think of
Someone
like
left a loaded
Yeah.
gun on set.
I'm not
Bruce
mad.
Lee's son.
We're following your direction.
Also,
I'm trying to-
MSG's not that bad for you.
That's what I heard too.
I was reading that. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard that too.
Really? It's not?
Yeah, it's like jumping in the pool after you eat. It's just a myth.
Really? But no, I feel like when you eat it though, you be hungry. Isn't MSG the thing that makes you
just
hungry
you
right
getting
again?
hungry.
That's just
Always
a fat thing. No, because when you eat Chinese food, you be hungry again. Like I want some more. That's just me.
I am stuffed when I eat
This
Chinese
stuff
food.
when you eat egg foo young.
When I eat Chinese food, it's either like me and my wife order like an absurd amount of it off of some spot on Postmates, and it's like way too much to eat, and I eat more than I should eat, or this has only happened like 2 times since I worked here, but I'll stop at that fucking Panda Express on the way
So
back,
bussin'.
and it's got to be like 1,600 calories for the fucking
Everything's
meal.
fried.
Right.
It's so much food, and it doesn't feel like a lot. You just scarf it down, but that is like your whole day's worth of calories right there.
Side note, I don't know if y'all know, I'm gonna put y'all up on some Fat Boy Gang. I know you know.
I probably know.
The barbecue brisket.
Oh, I was just gonna say that.
Express.
It's so good.
Brother.
So good at Panda Express.
Yes.
It's their new
It
shit.
just came out,
It's
yeah.
great.
Bro,
I got
it's,
the Panda
it's
app.
better than
We're
the
deep.
orange chicken, bro. It's better than the
I
orange
got
chicken.
some like spicy chicken from one in Vegas the other day when we were doing interviews. We went to Panda Express, and I got some spicy chicken. It was so fucking hot.
It's a
Get that
dynamite
barbecue.
shit. It's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
hottest
that was
one
it,
they
yeah.
got ever.
Get
I
that
would say this
barbecue
too also.
brisket.
I fuck
We're up on
with,
game, baby.
I also
All the
fuck
new
with
items.
Panda Express, you know what I'm saying? Like people be like, it's not real Chinese food. Like obviously, you know what I'm saying? But also in the same way, like we live in LA, you can get some amazing authentic tacos, and you go to Taco Bell and get some amazing fucking gorditas as well.
Mexican
you know?
pizza.
Chipotle is good for what it is. It's
I think-
not exactly what Mexican food is, but I mean it's a good version of it.
It's 2 different types of shit.
Exactly.
Right.
I think Americanized Chinese and Italian food is better than the real deal. I'm just gonna put it out
Hot
there.
takes.
Oh, whoa. I mean, like, listen, if you go to China, if you like Chinese food in America, you'll be massively let
It's
down.
like
there are
fish head soup and stuff
It's
out there.
no similarities.
Fire though.
Really?
No offense.
Well, I want to know more about this.
Go
What's
to
different?
China and try to find orange chicken.
Yeah, my boy who went to
You will
China
never
said it's
find
like
it.
Orange chicken was
soups and
invented
things like
out
that.
here.
Yeah.
Really?
Like
Is
a
it-
lot of Mexican food.
Is the
was
chow
invented
mein
out
and the
here.
rice at least good out there? And the broccoli beef?
I mean, from my experience, I don't know that I saw like any of those things.
It would depend, right? It would depend because there's also a thing where it's like Chinese food that was invented out here is also now it's like you'll go to I don't know, to somewhere in China and be like, okay, we have American Chinese food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they'll do it really good, right?
Okay.
So it really depends. It's like it's taking on a life of its own, where you can find good shit, you can find the right shit, but like authentic Chinese food wherever you're at is probably not gonna be what you're used to,
Yeah, I mean, ChatGPT confirms that you might find it at American-style Chinese restaurants that cater to tourists or expats, or at restaurants that are serving overseas Chinese cuisine. But for the most part, the average restaurant in China, they not even just orange chicken, but that like breaded fried shit, they don't do it. They don't have it.
Tim, can I get your support in the Yoshinoya hate? I went there recently. I just moved to LA not too long ago.
From where?
A couple from Sacramento.
Yeah, from my backyard.
Oh, okay.
That was the worst restaurant I've ever been to. The worst food I've ever paid for and actually eaten.
Panda Express is
Michelin
A
star.
tier in
Yeah,
comparison,
it's
yes.
like Gordon Ramsay cooked Panda
I
compared to
haven't
that.
been to Yoshinoya in probably since I was a little kid, which is when it used to be good. I
Okay.
feel. So I couldn't even tell.
I went to Yoshinoya a bunch of times in Japan, and it's great. It's simple. It's like basic ass Japanese food, and they don't have like literally anything that's on the menu in America.
Oh yeah, I heard Yoshinoya in Japan is completely different.
And it's respectable. It's
like 7-Eleven in
but
Japan.
but it's like really like cheap, standard, like basic, fucking soup or like rice or chicken, whatever, like basic shit. Like it's
That's how it was
But it's
here,
good.
but it was just like tweaker food too.
Is this
out
like-
here. It's ghetto, like the most ghetto Asian food you can find.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Is it safe to say that Jollibee is taking over the fried chicken game?
But that's Filipino. It's like a different category.
It's better than Popeyes.
I just know Asians go crazy over Jollibee.
Jollibee.
I worked
You
in
dip it in the
healthcare.
gravy?
I worked in healthcare. They
the
getting that.
Filipinos.
All the nurses
Jollibee is
busting down
lit,
a
bro.
bucket.
Jollibee is pretty bussin' indeed. You make sure you gotta get the spicy. You gotta get the spicy with the gravy. And have you seen the super big bag hack they be doing online where they peel the skin off?
Oh, yeah, put the
rice
rice
inside
in
and the
there.
gravy on top.
And their spaghetti is lit too.
No, the
it's
spaghetti
not
is
my
all
fa-
bad.
It's not my favorite.
It's hot dogs,
Hot dogs
sweet
in it,
sauce,
ketchup.
and it's ketchup.
I love
Make you
spaghetti.
remember the hood.
I love spaghetti and hot dogs. I don't fuck with the sweet that much.
yeah, the
but-
sweet is horrible.
But speaking of feeding children, I gotta get back to my kids.
We appreciate you making some time for us, Tim.
appreciate
Sorry to
you.
leave y'all.
No, I
all
appreciate
good,
that
brother.
you, dog.
YouTube legend, man.
appreciate you.
Appreciate
I appreciate
you
you,
guys
brother.
stopping by.
2-hour commitment is
I'll
crazy.
tap
The
in with you,
OG.
bro. Hey, thanks, Tim.
All right, Tim.
Shout out
Have
to
a good
Tim,
one,
man.
man.
Hey, we
Yeah.
got to like show him that we like know about some Asian shit.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey, like Yoshinoya, am I right?
Yeah, oh, God.
You hate it too.
Panda's good. Yeah, Panda's good, right?
This guy gets it.
They don't even serve panda. You ever notice that?
Hey, man.
That was cool.
That was fire. Shout out to Tim. We're
out to
meeting
Tim.
all the Doughboys friends. They're
Hey,
all
man.
super cool.
I feel way more comfortable.
I mean, this podcast is kind of changing from like it was supposed to be just us talking about non-hip hop, non-street topics, and then slowly transforming into like let's have every person the Doughboy's ever met in his entire life on the podcast.
No, that was just one other person. Only I had him and Nick. We didn't put Craig on the podcast.
But I think
That
that's
was-
better.
Craig was
a
an
separate
interview.
episode.
Yeah, that was
an
good.
interview.
But I think that's better than us just discussing Doughboy's life every
Right.
episode.
And we
too.
talked about a bunch of things with him that was non-hip hop related. And,
Yeah.
you know what
Mostly
I'm saying?
Asian related.
And I feel like they give a good perspective on like Doughboy that gives
Right.
people, a different outlook.
Yeah. How you guys feeling about the Monday show 90 days in?
I like it. I
excited.
definitely like it. I mean, it's better than the Tuesday show right now. I know that for
come
sure.
on. We did good
killing the
numbers. We
Tuesday
had like
show.
60K for last week.
Come on.
That was just us three.
Sorry.
on, man. Huh? We had
we
to,
got a clean 80 on the Tuesday.
Hey,
show,
but-
which-
okay, but we're
Listen,
coming
That's
up.
grandfathered in.
No, but with Spody and Munchie, we're doing like 100, maybe 120. So like with it, they leave and we still do 80. Yeah. But listen, like we were trying shit last week.
Right.
We tried what if we bring Ricky, and we tried what if we get this knife wielding maniac
What's
named
up
Chunky
with
Bobby.
that? What's going on with? I was looking at the group chat. What's going on
Yeah,
with that
so
whole
Somebody was
situation?
trying to convince me that was a play. I'm like, this is not a
Don't
play.
look like she's playing.
She's bleeding. They're like, could be fake blood. I'm like, you guys are too deep.
So
in the
for
weeds.
people who don't know what we're talking about, who aren't like 100% deep in the lore, basically like Chunky Barbie from a Rollin' 90s was kind of recommended by a few different dudes that we try her out on the podcast, whatever. She is cool, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, did she really like contribute that much on Tuesday? It was kind of like, like pulling teeth because she like even like she says she loves to get drunk. I'm like, what do you like to drink? She's like, what do I not like to drink? I like to drink everything. Like she's like kind of like not refusing to be specific. Which
or
is
the J Hood video where she dissed J Hood because we watched on the news. It was a funny ass video. She would have opened that up and kind of had a little jousting with J Hood. That would have been entertaining. But she was like, just bring it up, Adam. Watch the video. I'm like, just explain the fucking video. I want to know what's going on.
What is this about?
just tell us shit.
Just very mysterious.
But like even I don't know. Like I kind of like wonder what the future holds for those dudes who left, because still till now I like don't really feel like anything was done to them that would like make it so that it would not make sense for them to come back. And honestly, I got a big long text from Sweaty Face the other day that was basically like, I don't say like big and long, like it's pause, but like to make it like he's like pleading with me or anything. But it was basically like him saying, bruh, don't let Whack fuck over the fact that me and you are cool. Like basically because Whack was like, always trying to propagate like a narrative that Spuddy Face hates me or is talking shit or whatever. And Spuddy Face basically just saying like, I got nothing against you. I got nothing against No Jumper. I'm not talking shit. That's not what I'm on at all. And I was like, hey, I appreciate that. I fuck with you too. I got no reason to not fuck with you. So is what it is.
But you were running with some Whack narratives on Spody that came directly from Whack, and pretty much that's it. So I feel like,
I ain't lying. That's all I'm saying. I got sources. I don't know why you are such a Spody Face gun truther.
Because it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. So I've known Spody for a short amount of time. I've known all these guys for a short amount of time. It's not adding up. I think I'm a pretty logical guy.
I thought about you off camera shit that would make you 100% realize
then
you're
tell
wrong,
me. I can't wait. I can't wait till off camera.
Yeah, I would love to see that too.
But yeah, Munchie even said on I believe it was the platform that Adam doesn't like, but
back on Fig.
He said
not a threat.
Can you stop talking about him posting them then? Back on Fig?
What?
Can we just like stop posting about him? Like it was like, I got sucked into watching this clip and it's back. Like, why are we posting
everybody
that,
calling
man?
me out because I'm playing poker yesterday and there's one clip where you could see in the background that I was watching Back on Fig, which I did get sucked in because I wanted to hear Soulless talk about why he doesn't like Back on Big Sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was calling Big Sad a snitch, which really stood out to me that because at the time I didn't remember that Big Sad had a whole little anti-OTR campaign at one point. So I wanted to see that clip. I don't know why that's a scandal.
Yeah, just as a No Jumper lover, the only thing that's more annoying than like Back on Fig sucking up every fucking host that leaves is Adam posting Back on Fig like on a weekly basis, talking shit.
The one refreshing thing, like whatever the future may hold for Sporty or for Munchie, I hope they both come back, but whatever the future may hold, it was refreshing to see people leave and not start talking shit about the platform or you. So I,
because that's what Munchie said.
Yeah,
He was
Munchie
like,
was
it's
super, like,
not a
he
No
was
Jumper
super
thing.
cool
He
on
pretty much made it
They
clear.
go on Back on Fig and then the clips make it seem like they're talking
Nah,
shit.
Munchie was mad cool. He actually said you and T-Rail should just squash that shit and be cool. And,
But obviously they got to clickbait. They got to do the
Like that about
content.
him and Ralphie. So,
Right.
but just kidding. But, wait. Like, look, I obviously haven't seen this, but like, look at this title. I guess it's not that bad. Spody Face on J Hood fight Adam 22 racist rant.
I love that.
That's still kind of bad, but it's not as bad as I think it was worse before because
It was like
Adam 22 is disgusting behavior.
racist
disgusting
behavior.
behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
Changed
was.
it, right?
They changed it.
It must not have been doing any good enough numbers. We all done that.
But they
it's not
made
him.
it.
Let me change it.
No, but they made it worse because it was like more intriguing at first. I feel like
No, for sure. Yeah.
that almost makes it seem like Spody Face told them like, "Why did you title it like that? That's kind
Right.
of gay." But I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
neither one of them was talking crazy, so that was at least refreshing because I always just frown up so much. Like when it's like, man, if you got to go your separate ways, just go your separate ways. Like you ain't got to start talking shit. Like I just don't.
Yeah, but-
I don't prefer it.
Saying like, Spody was scared to fight and went and got the whoop de wop is also him talking shit. So if they talk
I
shit,
can
it's
see
like,
it,
it's
yeah.
just like, it's a little fair,
Right. Yeah.
We got to do fair citizens over here.
It's a spin game, telling people the truth.
But I just the hardest thing about that for me to believe is I don't believe if a whoop de wop
Somebody's
was
never coming
pulled. If a
back.
whoop de wop was pulled, how could both sit down and talk to each other for 2 hours? Because if somebody pull whoop wop on me, I'm not going to want to
You're
talk
preaching
to you
to
for
the
2 hours.
choir.
There's a
Doughboy.
difference between pulled and
Clutching.
a situation in which it's
revealed.
obvious that it is there
Okay.
and it's threatening, but it's not immediately whatever. And then, maybe you have a conversation after. Also, it's like, let's be real. All these guys are gun-toting maniacs. I mean, it's like...
They're like cowboys,
it's
pretty
just
much.
not as crazy as it is to us. If I put a gun on you, it would probably be like the most traumatic thing that ever happened in your whole life.
I would fucking burst into flames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be a good time for sure.
But I wouldn't want to sit down and talk to you for 2 hours after that.
Adam, please, no, don't kill me.
He probably has guns pulled on him all the time.
Yeah, so it's probably... Yeah.
He just survives. He just lives, keeps flying.
He grabs the gun and puts it to his forehead like, do it.
It was...
Dude, I tried so hard to find a screenshot of the moment in the Naked Gun where the guy's trying to rob Leslie Nielsen and he sticks his finger in the gun. That screenshot does not exist on YouTube.
You have to create it.
It was just with that, so many narratives coming out. I didn't know which one to believe, so I was just like, well, whatever. It was just because there was just different variations of what it could have been. I was just like, well, bottom line is they came back in and they talked about it, so it must not have been that bad. So
but then
that's how I deduced it.
Spotify never wanted to come back.
Well, that,
which is kind of like, well, what changed?
but then that also goes against it.
Yeah. But can I say that when we did the podcast with Craig Smith the other day, it did stand out to me that like that podcast made me feel like, oh, like maybe like No Jumper, like having like the one night of the week that's just like the most gangster squad imaginable. Maybe that's just like not really necessary. Maybe it'll take a little bit, but maybe we really need to lean into like cleaning up the platform's image, which is something that I've always been very resistant to because I love the fuck shit. Right. I love playing in the fucking sewer, and I love the sewer itself, and I love the gangsters, and I love the gun-toting maniacs, etc. But like, like maybe there's a world in which maybe we reupholster the walls. We don't have the whacked out murals on the wall.
It's like a bookcase wrapping paper instead.
Maybe we have like, fake suits that every single person puts on. So you're not, it's like a class uniform. You're like not required to come in your coolest streetwear.
We're like Streamer University pretty much.
And maybe like we get, just like shit looks a little different. Maybe we like, there's so many little things that we could do to clean up No Jumper's image. And it's not like it would go into effect immediately, but over time,
gradually,
maybe that is what we should do.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more.
I think,
and even with my personal experience here, that podcast with us three that day, it was my favorite space here just because it just felt fun. It just felt like we were just talking. It just felt like I was just hanging with the homies. We was talking about random shit from pegging to racism and jokes, and it just felt so freeing and fun. And that's why I feel like I'm in my best element. I can be best served when it's conversations like that, or even conversations like this. We just went on a 30-minute tangent about relationships.
We did for like the first half hour of that Tim thing. We were just talking about love and whatnot. And that was actually weird to see the chat being like, oh, fuck, like Adam, like this is kind of a revealing origin story because I forget how crazy my friend's double teaming this girl while she ate her period blood really is. Like
that'll fuck anybody up, bro.
It didn't like fuck me up. It took me a few days to like wrap my head around it though.
Yeah, like how could I be so wrong about a woman? Kind of that type of thing for sure.
Have you questioning everything?
You know what I didn't want to mention in that? Just a little tidbit about that girl is that at one point she had like a viral reel. And it was basically like her hanging out at the casino with her boyfriend while he played poker. So somebody sent it to me like, look what your ex is doing. And I was like, oh, fuck. She got like a new, like her new boyfriend plays poker. And then I realized he was playing at the 1-2 table, which, when I go to the casino, it's like 10, 20 or like 25, 50 or whatever. Like, so basically like that guy goes all the way to the casino to sit there and play poker with $200 on the table, right. Which I play online. I'll play like 4 tables at a time with like online's like a lot harder. So like, but like that just like that would be like if you were like a professional baseball player and then you found out that your girl was dating a dude who was like a little league coach. Like even little league coach, like it's kind of mixing up the metaphor, but like that kind of like, right. And I was like, so not only does this guy go all the way to the casino to play poker with $200 on the table, but he brings his girlfriend and she's apparently such a loser that she doesn't have anything else to do but just sort of hang out
and
sit there and watch
$200.
And she never watched you play poker?
I wasn't playing at the time.
No, okay.
Time with her.
Did that make you feel a little bit better? Like, this stupid bitch.
I'm so far removed from giving a fuck about her, but it did stand out to me that like oh, like if I was still in my feelings a little bit, that would really help things a little
Shine
bit.
some light on
Which
you.
I'm not like acting like I'm better because I play poker for more money.
Right.
No,
But-
things give you perspective.
but you-
Like the type of dude that he is,
always-
only this type of dude would do this.
You
know?
always want to feel like she downgraded. after
yeah,
she
like,
stopped
oh yeah,
fucking
she
with you.
fucking with a lame. Like,
Right.
oh yeah.
In the poker community, if you go to the casino and play 1-2, you're basically like a beginner slash like someone who is not
Totally
on
not a
shit.
Get your
chud.
nut ass out of here.
Yeah, you're a chud, basically. Yeah. But okay, so what we were just talking about. Oh yeah, like kind of removing some of the gangster stigma, because I feel like the Tuesday show with two. Well, we did have Anne Hefe before, but like having like some dudes who are like kind of more on the street shit is good, but as soon as you put like too many on one podcast, it becomes sort of weird from their perspective, I think. Whereas like if you have like even Munchie, when he said like I'd rather pod with Moose and fucking Doughboy, I think there is something appealing of like I can be a gangster ass dude and do podcasts where I don't have to fucking lean into that and focus on that the whole time.
Nah, man.
But do you think that they could? Because I kind
of.
of was pushing that, and you were kind of like not sure. Like, is he going to reach a limit to where he's not going to give the best perspective on non-street things? Do you feel like Munchie or Spody has the ability to just hop in a regular podcast game non-street?
The Monday show is supposed to not be about rap or street shit. In my mind, I'm still kind of clinging to that, and I think that Monday is like the day that if we're going to do podcasts that are like comedy oriented, whatever the final cast ends up being, I think that's good. And I think Tuesday being more street rap, etc. But I mean, you can have Squares talk about street shit and rap shit too,
Right. And I think what I found out, and you seen it too, Moose. I think what I found out with Munchie on the 24-hour stream, Munchie's actually really funny, and he actually like once you kind of get him out of that tough shell,
I
he's
knew
just
Munchie's
really
funny. He's funny.
You just think he's
saying?
funny because he got drunk as fuck and his pants fell down.
No, that was
You
a
saw a
funny
little bit of his
exit.
penis.
That
He
was a
did run
funny-
like the first 12
that was
hours
a
of the
funny
stream.
exit.
Oh, yeah,
But he was
funny.
like
Yeah, he was
super
going
funny, and it was
crazy.
just so cool to just see him in a different element, like not talking about street shit, not talking. I felt like Spody would have the same, exposure too. So.
Yeah, I think they just need to show that a little bit more, because sometimes like on the news, Munchie will shut down if it's like a too outside of his scope kind of topic. I've seen a little bit.
Yeah, that's a problem for a lot of people. Really.
Yeah. A lot of people.
So how are you feeling a week later? Like, what do you feel like if you had to, if you're a gambling man, and you had to put the money on it? Do you think they're going to come back, Spody and Munchie?
I don't know.
1 out of 10, how much do you want them to come back? Even have a desire for them to come back? 10 being the most, 1 being.
Well, I'm not going to answer that question. I'm going to keep that information close to my chest. But I will say this is that like I think like the biggest difference between right now and 2023, when a lot of people left November, is that at that time it felt like I didn't have anybody like that I could really lean into.
Right.
Whereas like, but then Brick Baby, I like fucking basically like realized that the Brick Baby thing would work pretty quickly. And that's somebody who like I maybe hadn't really like looked at serious enough because he was around, but I didn't feel like he would be like a good fit with AD and T-Rail for somewhat obvious reasons. But like now there's so many other people that I really want to like try out on the Tuesday show, that even though it was dope before to have something that was kind of like set in stone, it's like there's a lot of other people I want to try out, so I'm not like really stressing it like I was at that time.
Yeah, because it started with Cam Girl and House Phone and you know?
Yeah.
And really, Cam Girl and House Phone.
Embrace the pivot sometimes. Just embrace the pivot. But I'm definitely in support of what you're saying, like just bringing some just more non-gangster topics and fun, just because, you know.
I think there still needs to be like a gangsta day, though, eventually.
That's it.
You know, we definitely got to rebuild it.
It's got to be
yeah.
Tuesday, Street Dude
For
Day.
sure.
Yeah,
Street Dude Day.
But it's like, okay, Aunt Hefe, Munchie B, and Spody Face was fine. You replace Aunt Hefe with J Hood. Apparently, that was a little bit.
No, it's definitely like a equation that needs to be balanced out. Even like that one day you weren't able to show up to the Tuesday, not such a good show. You know, it's like you and Lush are just as needed on the street podcast as the street guys to kind of keep everything in order.
Well, Lush
and
would
the
say that
trains
he
on
is a
track.
street dude. He is a Mexican.
Well, he's like, the best of both worlds. The ultimate duality of a man is Lush, Uno.
He is. He's the ultimate man,
Yeah, he is.
isn't he?
Every
Shout out to
ethnicity
Lush.
as well.
Every ethnicity. All right. So, what should we dive into?
Hop into some topics.
I
These are
mean,
dough topics.
yeah, we touched on it briefly, but our boy Oliver Tree died in a helicopter accident. He got, pretty much went out on his Kobe tip,
AD brought Brick Baby to No Jumper. This is the most extreme fake news that nobody has ever said ever. Anyway, I interviewed fucking Brick Baby like way before AD was even on the platform. Well, maybe around the same time, but I knew Brick Baby way before that. Anyway, sorry, I just got derailed by somebody saying that.
Yeah, I never heard that one before.
Yeah, that's a new theory. A lot of conspiracy theories. Okay, so I'm gonna rate these topics. Oliver Tree passed away in a helicopter accident. We kind of already discussed that, and I don't really have anything to add to it.
He had some good songs for sure. He had some good songs.
I feel like I've heard one song ever, and it was him and I listened to a Lil Yachty tape, and he had a song with him.
Very poppy, very super poppy, a little rock influence, but mostly like very poppy, popular music. But
Okay.
he
And
did
Moose,
a lot of streams.
Moose has some topics on the bottom too, so there's some on the top and some on the bottom. He has some fire ones in there too.
Sometimes I might trust the Moose
okay.
topics more than your topics. I don't know. Wow, that's dense. Look at that.
Those 1 through 6 is still
okay.
Doughboy, and then Michelle Obama one. I think that's where mine started.
Yeah.
And look, we're inspiring our readers to order Panda Express.
Yo,
That's
Panda
insane.
is so fire.
Yo, you gotta try that barbecue brisket, Deuce. It's
I
fire.
want to. I'm like trying to get clean today, so I'm gonna avoid it today. But
It's protein.
so do we know? Did you guys watch the UFC White House?
I
Stream
saw a lot
last
of
night?
clips, like the
Some clips.
highlights, and then like just
I
kind of
watched
set
the
up.
entire thing, and let me just tell you that like this could have gone so many different ways because we've obviously seen a decent chunk of like the UFC cards over the years be like absolute shit shows and not really like deliver. You know, you're always like one random eye poke away from the entire main event.
Okay, I know what you're
getting
saying.
destroyed.
A guy missing weight, something like that.
Yeah, all this
Something
shit.
random.
And instead, every single fight ended with a knockout, I believe.
Yeah, or a
submission.
TKO.
Yeah, and then the main event itself was like one of the most brutal wars that I've seen in a long time. So given like all the things that could have gone wrong, given the fact that it was supposed to be like a 60 or 70% chance of thunderstorms, which would have been so unbelievably destructive to the whole thing. I mean, you got to give it to him. It really worked out great. I was playing poker tournaments and I missed the moment where what's his name said that Michelle Obama was a man. But
Yeah, Josh Hokett.
yeah, I think it's like fair to say that this is like conservatism and Republicans should just like do better than this. Like this is disgusting behavior. There are photographs of Michelle Obama pregnant, which as well as photos of her as a little girl, which you'd think would kind of prove to any thinking human that
I saw Bonnie Blue drinking pregnant in the club though too. You never know.
that was fake. For
you
the
know,
record, yeah.
you never know.
And for a moment, I was
obviously.
like, because you've seen so many people on Twitter being like, nobody's ever seen Michelle Obama pregnant. I looked it up. That is not true.
And it's Twitter, so it's like that's like the right wing fucking.
And it was just such a random thing to just say. It's just like you're up there and then you just take that moment to make that joke.
But that
like,
fool is like all about being Mr. Offensive.
Yeah, like the white fucking America first, like UFC fighter, like archetype that started with like Colby Covington, and then even like Sean got wrapped up in that in his last fight, and then apologized. Was like, I got too far into that shit. Like that's not really me. It's like that's like the white boy thing is the hey, I love America, I love Trump, and I'm kind of racist too. You know,
It would be
That's like-
sick if the Democrats win next go round and then they make MMA illegal countrywide. Oh, that would be such sweet justice.
Lock up Islam.
Dana White must be investigated by the FBI for the rest of his life.
But to Dana's credit, he said, yo, I'm not messing with the Michelle Obama thing. Like, I'm all with the shit talking, but putting out misinformation.
Right.
Don't ever say a black woman that's a woman is a man.
Right.
You know. So shout out to Dana White.
how'd you feel about the walkout with was it Trump and White when Trump and Dana White when
They
they
had a
walked
little
out?
walkout together.
How'd you feel about that?
I feel like Dana should get on more testosterone than his current dose because he was looking a little like lumpy and shit. Like I like Dana when he looked like he was like carved out of steel for a while.
He looked
there.
like Jeff Bezos for a quick second.
Yeah,
Like,
he's looking a little Uncle Fester.
But they
He's
say
starting to
he's-
look like Lush.
True.
Uncle Fester.
But today that with Lush with the tank top
Oh,
on,
that was
he
hilarious.
looked like he was ready to go. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
TTG.
Yeah.
Lush looks like a smoker, but he's our smoker.
He's ours.
Yeah,
Don't you say
nobody
nothing about
could ever mess with our smoker. But yeah, the sanctity of like the White House has been gone. So like watching like fucking dirt bikers do backflips in front of it before the event started, it's like this is where our country, this kind of representation of our country.
I like it.
where
though.
we're at.
I like it. I feel like, why does our country need to be so fucking serious all the time? Why can't we have a sporting event on the grass in front of the White House? Like, as much as like, as a viewer, this like didn't really provide any value because once you get to the shot of the people fighting, it looks almost identical to the fight that you see taking place anywhere else. Now you got like these cool shots in between where it draws attention to the fact that this was taking place on the White House lawn, but really like ultimately it just didn't really add a lot. Dana said he'll never do it again because it was too expensive.
Way too.
I heard they spent $700,000 just to fix the grass on the White House lawn afterwards, which I guess I don't know how expensive it is to do lawn care at that scale because my pea brain cannot comprehend how that could ever cost that much.
$700,000.
Yeah, and I think of all the
crazy.
security that you have to pay for that's extra, but it just kind of has like that idiocracy kind of vibe to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, soon, like all the water fountains in schools are going to be like pushing Gatorade out to the kids and stuff. Like we're heading in that direction.
I just feel like UFC is an American invention. You know, not that we, pioneered people beating the fuck out of each other or
yeah,
anything,
because
but
Pride was going on around that time.
no, but UFC was first for sure. They pioneered it, but like, and then they bought Pride, but like, which is also a very American thing to do. But I feel like this is an American invention. MMA is amazing. It's an incredible sport. That card in particular really like reminded me of how amazing it is as a sport in particular. And as much as I may hate Trump, I feel like that fucking main event and Justin Gaethje, like, I'll probably say it wrong. Gaethje is like, he came from behind. He seemed like he was so done in that fight, and then he came behind for the win, and it was just like, America is number one. We are exceptional. We are better than other countries. We are better than these shithole countries. Like, as much as I hate Trump, it really just gave me a moment of like, we are the best.
Let me try to.
Everyone else wants to be us. You can all suck our dicks. This is the best country.
Facts.
We might kill you. If you are different, if you're trans, we might never let you go to the bathroom again, but we are the best.
But that's kind of like the representation that the fighters are giving you of the country, like making you proud. It's not really like, oh, I'm so happy that this UFC event is at the White House and Trump makes us
But
look
Justin
good.
Gaethje was a big ass underdog.
No, for sure.
And he came from behind and took the W against somebody who was undefeated. Want to know why?
Oh,
Because we are number one.
his
And
old
you
had
trolled
to
that
go.
guy at the Aiden thing, Ilya Topuria.
let me try
No,
to-
I trolled
Wasn't
somebody.
that him?
It was another dude.
I thought that was
I
him.
didn't even know
You
who
made
that dude
one
was.
comment to him, and he like kind of looked back like, what the fuck?
I
I
you
think
got
that
to
was
tell the
him.
Muslims, like, hey, I do porn. Like,
Yeah, he definitely did not
Might not
seem
like it, but I
hyped
do
about
porn.
that.
Let me try to understand this a little bit, Adam, because since you watched it, was there any rhyme or reason to why this happened, or they just was like, let's do a UFC event at the White House, or was
UFC
there
250, we're like right around the 250th anniversary of America, right? Like,
Okay.
did it already pass, or is
I
it
thought
like,
it passed.
That's what it was for.
Okay, so that's what it was for. Okay, 250.
That was like Freedom 250.
Okay,
Freedom
So that's what it was. Okay, that
And
makes
Dana
sense.
White and Trump are notoriously like really
Yeah.
good friends.
Okay.
Just on
Trump,
some
like,
personal
very
shit.
much. Dana White, like, people forget, but like Dana White was like kind of the first mainstream celebrity to really get behind Trump. Like, I remember Dana White co-signing Trump on an old ass Joe Rogan podcast and being like, holy fuck, I cannot believe that he's co-signing Trump like this, because you forget that in the early days before Trump won the presidency, it was just considered so toxic to say anything positive about him for a good reason,
Right.
from my perspective. But the fact that Dana White was that like positive about Trump for all these years, and Dana lies so bad now and says that he never really did anything to support Trump. Like, he's just like a friend of Trump. If you watch the footage of Dana White at the fucking Republican National Convention or whatever the fuck that shit is,
Yeah.
he was going so hard for Trump, and he tries to deny it now because he wants to seem more neutral.
And
but-
it's like support for Trump back then was way more reasonable than supporting him today. Like, I respect him supporting him at the Republican National Convention in 2016 versus like the senile guy that we got today. But yeah, the UFC was like the only, and probably till this day, the only sports league that's like welcomed Trump with open arms. Basketball is woke. NFL, even to a certain extent, is woke now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they were
Like,
pissed when he went to the Knicks game.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
everybody was pissed
but the
off.
Knicks let him in. It's not like the Knicks stopped him and said, "Hey, we don't, we don't
but-
fuck with you." You
so
know,
if you're the commissioner of a sport, would you allow somebody like Sean Strickland to say the racist, homophobic, misogynistic things that he says? Because for me, I would like to think that if I, like, the same way that the people on the podcast say horrible things from time to time, and I don't really consider it my business to police what they say. If I'm Dana White, I want to run an organization where you can be a fucking bigot and you're still a part of the UFC. Like this is a sport. It has nothing to do with like what you say and do. Like for sure. Okay, Sean Strickland should not be able to call somebody the N-word at a UFC press conference. But if he wants to do so on social media, I don't like the idea of him getting suspended.
I couldn't disagree more because you're a representation of my brand. So if you're saying things like this and I'm not checking you about it, that means I'm okay with you saying that. It doesn't matter if you say it on your own personal platforms. You are an extension of this brand. And if you're out here saying this shit, you're making the brand look bad. So I wouldn't be with that shit. I would find people and give them repercussions for that. Because
Free
that's not
speech
cool.
is important. I think that if you're going to be
Not when it's hate speech.
But that's like the perfect heel as well. It's like a guy who's putting out hate speech, and you want to see him get beat up, you know. So fighting, I feel like, is a little different.
I feel like hate speech might be over the line, but I think we probably have different definitions of hate speech.
Well, the people are saying racist things and homophobic things. Those aren't
But
positive
I don't think
things.
that a racist thing is hate speech.
Okay, well, maybe that's a step too far, but it's still negative towards a group of people. And if it's my organization that you're representing and you doing shit like that, I got to check you about it, or it makes it seem like I'm okay with it.
Okay, if you are in the UFC and you say, I don't think gay marriage should be legal. I think that gay people should not be able to get married. By all means, of course, you should be able to say. I don't think you have the freedom to say that in the NBA, right?
No, a guy just in the NFL, I think he pretty much left the NFL because he was like going on his Instagram saying like marriage is between a man and a woman. He was getting a little unhinged, but they pretty much cut him for that.
To me, that's disgusting. Of course, as a professional athlete, you should be able to say things that, you know, I agree, hate speech. Okay, if you say, and especially if you're using the UFC as a platform to say it, but I think that if you are a person who fights in the UFC and you have, you know, like if you, let's say racist jokes, that I'm okay with. Now, if you say, I think we should bring back lynching. Okay, boom.
Yeah.
Now we got an issue.
But you're okay with
I don't think the UFC should be okay with that. But if you're the kind of person like Sean Strickland who kind of like hops on social media and makes racist jokes, I think you should still be able to fight in the UFC and make racist jokes.
Yeah, it just depends. I guess.
So wait, so you're now so, and I just want you to understand the extent to which this is not in any way analogous with the things that you said in the past about how you feel about race. Like it seems like so obviously impossible for one person to have both of these opinions.
No, because it's different when you say it's a business and a brand. If you're just asking me how I personally feel, I don't be tripping. I don't take shit that seriously. But if I have a brand that is marketed to millions of people and people are spending money with me, no, you can't do shit like that.
That's just a business concern. Yes, if you want to profit maximize, then you should very tightly control what the people who are part of your organization say. I don't think that should be the first concern. I think that and probably forever the UFC, as long as they have this sort of policy, they will miss out on sponsorships or deals with major brands. You know, you're just never going to see Nike in the UFC ring. They tried it with John Jones. They did like a little soft launch, and then John Jones, you know, like hit a fucking 2-year-old with his car or whatever, and then all of a sudden it went away.
Right. Well, no, I was just answering the question from a business standpoint.
Right. But I felt I would like to think that if I was Dana White, that I would have the cojones to run a fucking organization based on what's right and not what's going to make me the most money.
But I think it's easier for him because the UFC's been on that since they started.
They've already
the
been
NBA's got the
blacklisted.
squeaky clean, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to ban basketball. So it's like they kind of have that underdog, like, you know, dark lore a little bit, you know, to them.
Well, and noticeably, like, the NBA is like, they have a partnership with like so many different TV networks.
Absolutely.
And they have partnerships with all of the biggest squeaky clean corporations. And then in comparison, the UFC doesn't really have a partnership with anybody besides Paramount Plus and I guess maybe ESPN to a certain extent.
Yeah, some ESPN, yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea of a sports organization not policing the thoughts of their employees or their fighters.
So you were cool with him calling Obama a man in the middle of the ring?
Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama?
I think that they should tell him that they don't appreciate it, but I don't think he should be kicked out of the UFC.
No, I don't think he should be kicked out.
I think
I wouldn't say that.
That's the kind of thing
extreme.
that if I'm Dana White, I'm like letting him know, hey, we're not like incentivizing you to say like that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me look more fondly upon you when you make that kind of joke.
Right.
But I don't think that you should be removed from it. And I do think that probably in the NBA, like that exact joke would get you kicked out of the NBA.
Just get him, fine him. That's why I would fine him. Yeah. Hey, give me 25K.
Yeah, I think in the NBA and like NFL, a lot of times they're not going to be like, oh, we're kicking you out the league for saying this. It's just all the owners are going to be like, this is a brand risk for us. Like, we don't want to touch this guy because he might say some unhinged shit, and now we're losing a bunch of stock in our fucking team interest and shit.
But I'm not with the extremity of kick him out. He shouldn't be able to fight. I think that's extreme.
But that's what the NBA would do.
I think they probably find him first.
No,
I
it
don't think that they
depends,
would just
'cause,
be like, get out.
Well, Kyrie was like not trying to mess with the vax, and they were on his helmet pretty damn hard about that. And like him speaking out against it, even as dumb as I think that is, he should have the right to, have his beliefs.
But yeah, they didn't kick him out the league. I think, they might.
But they suspended him, and he was on the verge. I mean, till this day, his reputation has been affected.
But they suspended him for like not taking part in
taking
like
the vax,
the measures that were at that time ruled to be like what you needed to do,
mandatory.
Which, for sure, I think if you are just like anti-vax, you should be able to say that. But I don't think that the NBA would like really have a problem with that so much as him like not complying with.
It was that, and he was speaking out, and there was some anti-Jewish stuff he was saying around the same time. So it all kind of coincided.
I think he like reposted a book that has.
It was a book, and it was pretty much saying like Jews aren't the real Jews. Obviously, it's like Black Israelite type, talking points and stuff.
But yeah, kicking somebody out, but just showing like a disciplinary action, be like, hey, we're not cool with that. This organization doesn't represent that, so chill out.
But do you think like sports people in general should be speaking about politics? Like the Jackson Dart dude, I think he made some type of announcement at a Trump rally or some type of connection. He's the quarterback of the New York Giants. A bunch of his teammates came out immediately and were like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, I do feel like you should be able to voice. I mean, that's like when you go back to the freedom of speech thing. If you got some political views, you should be able to say what it is you represent. If you got some religious views, that's okay, as long as it's not offensive to, to people.
What if one of those guys won their UFC fight and they grab that mic and they say, George Floyd died from fentanyl? And you're Dana White. What do you do?
I'm finding you, and you got a 6-month ban.
I'm just going to do like what he did with the Michelle Obama thing. Say, hey, I don't agree with that. From what I've seen, that's misinformation. But,
you got to do something, though. There has to be some level
it's
of
just like, what is that harming, though?
Because at a certain point, you're going to have somebody going up there doing Hitler salutes.
Yeah.
And saying, fucking, Jews will not replace us in the middle of the UFC ring.
For some reason, I think it's never going to get there. For some reason, but I think they have enough control to where it's like everybody, for some reason, is smart enough not to go and die on that hill.
So let me ask you this. At the live show, we're having a good time. Lush goes up there and says, George Floyd died of fentanyl.
Then does a Nazi salute right after.
What are you going to do?
I mean, a Jewish man saying that?
Yes.
But not actually Jewish, considering, because
what are you going to do? And let's just say, and it goes super viral, does like,
veil
numbers.
Because then I immediately start to like think about what that does to No Jumper as a platform, because then No Jumper saying. It's like the most viral moment we've had in years, and it's because Lush is basically saying like one of the most offensive things. I mean, I would probably talk to him, but
what if there was public outcry for you to react?
This is the thing, is that No Jumper, more so than the UFC, is a place that is like known for extreme controversy and really kind of courting that sort of thing. And I don't really like how would it affect us to be like, Lush, you can never come back because you said something offensive? Like, how does that benefit us?
Yeah, I think he should maybe get suspended again.
Bring him back. You suspended suspect for swinging on a guy, so you wouldn't.
I think physical violence is worse than
like
making
the most obvious bad faith take of all time. you suspend a suspect for swinging on someone. Is he not the same as saying something vaguely anti-Semitic?
No, it's not the same, but it's like you seen something that happened in your business and you didn't agree with it.
It feels like you should be able to answer this question for yourself without me having to explain to you why punching somebody in the face 10 times is different
bloody pole
than saying
so
something.
Let's just keep it. So let's just keep it on the Anderson. So let's just keep it. If Lush said that about George Floyd, and there was a public outcry for you to do something because it went super viral, does 100 million views, what are you going to do?
I do feel like that take about George Floyd has been mainstreamified to the extent that it's almost like not really that out of the norm. Like the Overton window, granted, that is like a far right position.
Yeah.
I watched some fucking debate the other day. It's this thing called the Enemy Project.
I've seen that.
You seen that? It's like they had like a white guy who's like a former cop, and then they had like a black woman who's like the most BLM
like polar opposite.
Yeah.
Right.
And at one point he says like, no, George Floyd died of fentanyl overdose. You can see it in the toxicology reports. And like, she didn't really have like any way to do battle with that besides saying, we all saw the video, we all saw his knee on his neck or whatever, which, I've looked into it myself, and it seems like it's kind of like it's a conspiracy to say that, like, I don't know.
Yeah, the medical examiner said that he didn't die from the fentanyl in his system. He died from the knee on his neck. And just because you have a level of fentanyl that would kill a normal person doesn't mean that that's what killed him, because like Lush, he could probably deal with a lot more fentanyl than I can. So when you're doing these drugs, you build up an immunity, and a normal amount that would kill a normal person is not going to kill this gentleman. And that's what they deduce from that.
And I do feel like, probably like both things can be true, right? Like he was probably on like a bunch of fucking fentanyl, and then also this motherfucker had
For
his knee
sure,
on his
yeah.
neck for a long ass time, which probably exacerbated like him panicking because he was in that position.
Yeah, but
But-
them just saying like, oh, he overdosed. Oh, you could see on video. Like that's not how like an overdose, looks
Michelle
from Fetty
Obama
Wap.
being a man is more controversial than George Floyd
Absolutely.
died from fentanyl,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because it's like very easy to disprove the Michelle Obama thing to the point where like it's hard to take him saying it on stage as like a serious statement of fact. Right?
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He has like a American flag bandana on. He's got the shades on. He's glazing Trump from the beginning to the end. It's like we knew that he was probably going to say something like that. But
Was that guy trolling when he was doing the weigh-in drunk?
yeah, he was trolling.
That was-
yeah, his whole thing is like the absolutely crazy Colby Covington like archetype.
Yeah. Man, I told you guys in the group chat, but I keep watching these fucking body camera videos.
I was on that for a while.
I was on that for a
need to
long
stop.
time.
The First Amendment guys I was watching for a minute when they just go places and like film in like buildings they're not or they
Like,
told not
so
supposed
many
to.
highlights I've seen just today while I was like answering some emails. I had one playing in the background, and at a certain point I realized is like a guy came home from work and his wife was fucking her son on the couch.
I see
Oh,
this one. I see this
shit.
one.
and he called the cops, which to me that's the
So
weird
fire.
part. Why would you call the cops? Like, what are they going to do?
It's illegal. Incest is illegal.
But how? Like, by the time the cops get there, aren't they not going to be having sex anymore? And then how are you going to prove that they were having
They
sex?
arrested him in that video. I'm pretty sure. Like both of
Yeah.
them went to jail. I think
It would never occur to me to call the cops on someone for incest.
the mom was like a pretty admitting.
Yeah,
admitted-
like, and
She
they're
admitted
like,
that
yeah,
she did it?
admitted
They
to
are.
when
They're
they
like
start questioning
crying
her.
and
Yeah.
admitting it to the cops. And like to me, this is really weird because it's like, if I was gonna, like have sex with my son or whatever, like they're for the record, they're adults. Like it's not like it's a kid.
Oh, they were
Yeah.
adults. Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. Sounds way worse.
way better. Yeah.
I mean, it
What
just-
race were they, Doughboy?
I don't what these people that was
Yeah.
having sex, white.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
but I mean, it just like it wouldn't occur to me that like anyone would call the cops on I believe that incest being illegal is insane.
But he probably was just in shock. He didn't know what to do. He was
Yeah,
just like,
I understand being mad. I just don't understand calling the cops.
I think it's the offspring part that makes it illegal.
right.
The
It
offspring
being your offspring. So you can fuck your cousin, you think?
I don't think even
it's third removed.
I
If
think
it's
second
third
cousin
removed.
is the only one that is legal. I
third
think first
removed.
cousin you're still in trouble because it could have you could have like a little Krishan if you fuck your cousin.
Is it illegal to fuck your cousin?
Probably state to state.
In most,
It says
legal. Oh
yeah,
wow.
in most parts.
Oh, it's legal. Fire.
Do it. All right.
Your adult first cousin is legal. Okay.
Wow.
Wait, what's strict states? What's in the strict
Oh.
states?
Stop being in the South.
In Oklahoma and Mississippi,
They're like, you guys going too crazy out here.
it's banned. All right, but my follow up is it illegal? Is it illegal to have sex with your sister?
I had
As adults.
I watched a debate of like them talking about like what if like the sister is unable to
Oh,
produce
it is illegal.
kids?
Wow.
And it's a felony.
Wow.
Yeah, because you could have a baby and it's all fucked up.
I mean, does this not seem insane to anybody else that it's the fucking government's right to like
Tell you can't.
tell you who you can have sex with and then give you a felony and throw you in prison?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
kinda
watched
crazy.
a debate about this. Pretty much the guy was like presenting what if the sister had like all of her ovaries removed and there's no chance the guy's sterile and
Right.
there's no chance of is that okay for the government to still come in? I forget what
I feel like the kid is the
outcome
thing that should be
That's what
illegal.
Yeah, if it's
that's what it
kids,
is.
If you
yeah.
have a kid.
Right.
But they're saying we don't even want you risking it because you guys are already so freaked out that you're fucking your sister.
Right.
There's no saying that you're not going to have a kid with her.
That baby's gonna come out all fucked up.
Yeah. And then you got like the
eye on
guy
their-
from
with an eye on their
300.
forehead.
End up with the hunchback from 300.
All right. Do people ever go to federal prison for fucking their sister or brother?
Oh.
Yes, they can, but only under specific jurisdictional
You got to really be
circumstances.
laying it down.
Yeah, you got to really fuck the shit out of it. You can't just dip it in because
Just the tip so I don't go to the feds.
because incest is primarily regulated by state law. The vast majority of people convicted of adult sibling incest serve their time in state prisons.
That's gonna be an awkward conversation when you present your paperwork.
Hey, what you
Hey
in for?
man, like I was drunk.
I was
man.
just trying to.
I hit it too hard, buddy.
Just trying to keep it in the family.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They got to be stricter in the South. That's so.
Oh, wait. So if you fuck your sister on a Indian reservation or a military base, then it's a federal.
Oh, shit.
Wait, but okay.
The Navajos were running it up. Let me find out.
Navajos.
You was being a Navajo with your brother? Let me find out.
It occurs to me that writing like "fuck your sister" is like way less characters than "have sex with your sister."
Yeah, the soft white underbelly family, the Whitakers.
Dude, 5 to 15 years.
No. It says ranges from 0 to life in prison.
Oh,
What? Giving somebody a
Life?
kickstand?
I love that it's literally you could either not be arrested or you're going to spend the rest of your life in there.
Okay, but in Jersey, you can have consensual sexual relationships as an adult with your sister, and it's totally legal.
Jared Fields, you got to answer for your folks.
Go to Rhode Island, it's a misdemeanor, but then most states, it is a mid-level felony.
That's wild.
So Massachusetts up to 20 years, but all these other ones, it's saying mostly like 2 to 5.
Yeah, just go to
10.
Virginia or Illinois if you want to fuck your sister. y'all.
So I bet that there's like conversations between people who like want to fuck their sisters
For sure.
about what state is the best to live in.
And how are they getting caught? Like, just do it and don't tell
And if
nobody.
they
That's what I'm saying. Just agree, like, hey, we're not going to tell. But then you get caught.
It's like
Boom.
murderers.
She's going to
It's
start
like-
telling. But then she's in trouble too, right?
Yeah, so that's what I want to know too. So, like, if you do get caught for this, do both parties that participate,
same exact-
or is it the man that's going to get the time?
the sister's like, he can convince me. I wasn't even down for real. And
I
they're
didn't
like,
really want to do it.
Yeah, she gets 2 years. You get 30. You busted the nut.
Damn, bro.
She didn't orgasm. Sorry, you go to jail for life.
No, because I seen some shit about, I think it's like Washington is the best state to live in if you want to fuck horses.
That's a thing.
It's like it's somehow the law is different there, and like so like
You're handy. That's from.
everybody who wants to fuck horses like lives in Washington or something.
Yo, my Washington homies. Hey man, what's up with y'all? What's up with the upstate homies? Is it true that most people who want to legally F animals move to Washington? No, that is
it's
not
not
true,
true.
Adam. Having sex with animal bestiality, by
Oh,
the
it's
way.
a rumor.
That's always
19
a-
what's the
rumor,
law? The 1976 law. What was that? Up a little bit?
Oh wait, what?
Right there. The 2005.
In
Or this-
1976, Washington state lawmakers repealed its old broad sodomy status to decriminalize consensual oral and anal sex between human adults. However, the old statute also contains the state's ban on bestiality. By repealing the entire law, lawmakers accidentally decriminalized sex with animals.
So that's not a rumor.
so-
They passed legislation
Like,
so you can fuck animals.
Not that I ever think about it like that, but when I do think about the bestiality, it's just you don't think about an animal sitting there and letting it. Like if you think about somebody trying to fuck a horse, I always just think the horse would just kick him. Like
No, but okay, and that's what happened is that a dude died, and they made the movie Mr. Hands,
Yeah.
which I didn't see it, but I remember one time I was playing poker on my computer, and my ex-girlfriend was watching it in the other room, so I kind of got the gist. I was like hearing the noises and shit, and like there's a whole movie they made about this, and I think the horse dick, which by the way, you ever see a horse dick?
It was fucking the guy. He was not fucking the horse.
No,
the horse
yeah,
was
he was
fucking
getting
him,
fucked by the
and it
horse.
Damaged
the horse was fucking him.
Yes, well,
damaged
that's what
his
these
organs and caused him to die.
That's what these people do.
Wow.
And the timeline really lines up here because I remember when she was watching that movie would have been like 2006, and this is when it says that the law changed was like 2006.
They saw Mr. Hands and
Well, I
changed
mean,
the law.
it became a big deal because of this movie and shit.
No, yeah, Mr. Hands and like Two Girls, One Cup were like coincided. Like it's the crazy ass internet like lore videos for sure.
Because usually it takes a couple of years for the law to catch up with all the weird shit that people secretly want to do.
Especially early internet. They're like, God, we got to get control of this. This is going viral. This is what they're doing on there.
Wow. So, okay, I guess there's like no safe state to live in now.
You can't fuck your sister. You can't fuck your horse. What can you do in America? Maybe this isn't the best country
this
in
ain't
the
the
world.
land of the free.
Yeah,
This ain't
maybe
free at all. It's
Can't
not feel
drink
free at all.
OG4 Loco.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's not free.
Shit.
What's the best state to
Oh Jesus.
you want to fuck animals?
This is burning like gallons of water and
Yo.
trees in the forest.
I would. Okay, there's no state where it's better.
49 out of 50 states. What's the one?
Wait, so
Rhode Island.
They got severe penalties in Rhode Island, so you could fuck your
fuck with
sister and be okay, but don't fuck your dog.
Don't you fuck-
We're gonna lock you up.
Don't you fuck Fido.
okay, wow, West
Virginia, of course.
West
course, it's
Virginia
West
has
Virginia.
historically been the final state without a specific statute
fire.
explicitly criminalizing bestiality on its books. However, that does not make the state a legal safe haven because, oh shit, the loophole is closing.
Oh,
The
no. We
West
gotta
Virginia
get
legislature, they introduced and passed bills to officially amend the state code, but I guess they haven't been fully passed yet. And local law enforcement can and does protect individuals under general animal cruelty and torture laws. But yeah, I guess West Virginia's your best bet.
Well, so you could prove
West Virginia's your best bet.
So if you could prove the animal is down, then they won't lock you up.
Gotta
But if
prove
they're
consent.
like, he seems a little scared, we're taking you in.
Damn, see, you learn something new every day. Because I would have been the kind of person saying that like you were allowed to fuck animals in Washington, which I was close to right because they.
Yeah, back in the 70s, you could for sure, up until 2006.
2006,
About
dude.
30 years of animal fucking.
I mean, I don't. Okay, I feel very differently about men choosing to get fucked by horses than I feel about fucking incest, because incest like poses really like the kid thing, like doing something where the offspring will be retarded and have a hard life,
like pretty much guaranteed.
And that's fucked up. And but the other thing too is that these dudes who were getting fucked by horses, like it's not like they were fucking their own horses, they were sneaking onto fucking ranches and doing
fucking
this
horses
and filming it.
Yeah. Oh my god, filming it is so crazy.
Setting up lights and shit.
Okay, so this is I don't know if this has been discussed on here, but you see Mick Juggernuggets, the legendary YouTuber, basically like he vlogs his whole life, and basically him and his wife announced that they had a pregnancy, and then they announced that they got rid of the kid because the kid was going to have Down syndrome. Myself personally, I am 100% behind it. If I knew that my kid was going to have Down syndrome, I would have absolutely aborted it. You know, a kid who has Down syndrome, as much as you might love them, if you were like forced into this situation, I mean, they're never going to be able to have a normal job. They're never going to be able to have like a normal fucking life. I feel like there's deformities and shit that are like way less impactful than Down syndrome that I would also support aborting.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I get it, but the disgusting part is making the content out of it. I think like filming myself crying with my wife as we find out our infant that's in the baby in my wife's stomach is like has Down syndrome, and we're gonna plan to kill it. Vlogger. I know, but we don't draw the line anywhere. It's like, did you when you guys conceive this baby, did you film that and blur it out and put that out? I just feel like this is one of those things you deserve the backlash because you thought this was going to be good content. But this is like dirt bag content.
Devastating news.
I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is actually, I guess, the thumbnail. Yeah. Oh wow. Look at.
We're having a baby.
Okay, so I don't think they are daily vloggers. They're like occasional vloggers.
Yeah.
But,
so this was their big bang. So
yeah. So
like,
this for people who forget, this guy was fucking huge during the era of YouTube that I kind of blew up in, like 2016, 2017. And then the algorithm just absolutely decimated his channel somehow. And his fan base is like comparatively pretty small now. Like, well, he's still doing like 100K on a lot of these.
But I'm sure a lot of these went up after the controversy too.
That is a good point. So given that is actually kind of crazy how much the views have sort of fallen off, because this guy used to, but like he was getting a ton of views for like, you remember like the angry grandpa shit, like all that kind of
like
stuff,
kind of the prank era a little bit. And stuff.
But so they put out a video 2 months ago. We're having a baby, and then 1 month ago we received devastating news, and then it also says psycho update. Is like the Down syndrome baby the
psycho update? Like it's like this update that we got is psycho.
But this is just called "We May Lose the Baby." It doesn't seem like this is the one where they actually.
Do you think he took it down?
I took that down. They might have been cooking him in them comments.
Either way,
I mean, if you're ballsy enough to put it out, you got to be ballsy enough to take the backlash. You thought it was a good idea, like you.
I think they were getting like harassed. Like,
they were getting death threats, super bad,
because the anti-abortion squad is already so strong.
Even like, the ableist protectors, I'm sure there's a bunch of left-wing, liberals that were like, "How could you,
Would you abort your Down syndrome baby?
Yeah, I would.
Would you?
Yeah,
I feel like it's the only
or some regular ones. Of course, I'm gonna do the Down syndrome.
Because I know myself, and I know, like, you got to be a real patient person. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know that I have that much patience, and I don't know. I just think it would be better for everyone.
If you did have a Down syndrome child, do you think this would like offend you? Like, what the fuck?
I'd be
like,
pissed.
that's fucked up.
I'd be pissed if I had a Down syndrome child.
I love my Down syndrome kid. Like, why would you want to?
Don't you think that Down syndrome should just be eradicated because of abortion? Like, nobody should ever have a Down syndrome kid again unless they're like so anti-abortion.
Right.
I think Switzerland or one of those Norwegian countries, you have to get an abortion if they have. I think they've eliminated Down syndrome in one of those Norwegian countries.
Well, Sweden is like kind of working on the master race. So I
think it might be Sweden. It's one of those white countries though. They made that a law.
Yeah.
So I get it, but it's also like, it's kind of like the thing of incest. Like the government's coming in and saying, hey, you can't have this type of baby.
And if you are anti-abortion, which a huge percentage of our country is. Imagine being forced to have an abortion by the fucking government. I'm super opposed to that. I was watching Dave Rubin get destroyed in that Jubilee 20 versus 1. And at one point, one of the dudes who's destroying him the best, I realize, has a baby arm. You probably know the dude.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, he kind of has like a DJ Paul arm. It's kind of like
exactly. But it's different because it kind of like cuts off right here, and then he has like literally like a baby hand, like little tiny fingers that are almost like nubs. He's definitely like not able to do shit with it. If I were him, honestly, I feel like I would have probably kind of got the hand to cut off and make it just like a pure nub. But either way, if you knew your kid was gonna have that. Is that abortion status?
I think I'll let him rock with the baby arm.
With the baby arm.
Because I feel like
are you talking about like in Scary Movie when the dude had the
but it's like
arm?
short. It's like it cuts off at the elbow pretty much, and then like he has a hand, and like his fingers are like little balls pretty much.
Most of the arguments in favor of aborting the Down syndrome baby kind of go out the window when you're just talking about something as minor as like having half a fucking arm. Well, he's not gonna be able to play basketball. Like, okay, big deal.
And I feel like the technology to solve his issue is we're closer to that than solving like Down syndrome and like, you know, having them live a normal life. Like him getting a robotic arm, I feel like is closer than us like curing Down syndrome in whatever way you would see fit.
Yeah, I could deal with a half arm.
We know a lot of people living with one arm.
True. Yeah, they're doing just fine.
Yeah, no big deal.
Doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it does, you know. But one thing I was impressed by with that guy though is that he wasn't making any attempt to cover it up. You know,
like a DJ Paul, he has a towel on it for the past 30 years.
Yeah, I feel like a huge. I know a very famous, well, not like famous to our audience, but I know like a pretty well-known person in hip hop who has like a whole fake arm.
Really,
the whole arm's fake. I've never seen anybody talk about it on the internet.
Go tell me off camera, man. I don't know who this is.
You don't know who it is, probably.
Yeah, even when I tell people about DJ Paul, they're like, he doesn't have a little arm. I'm like, yes, he definitely does. He has like a little brace on it. He's always worn. Like,
and a lot of times he'll be I notice he'll be holding something with the little arm.
That's fire.
Like a cup or something?
Or like a bag. He'll have like a soda in a bag.
If I could hold like grocery bags and bring them in my house, I'll take the little arm, you know?
But just like to make it like a little less awkward, because you know, I know it's awkward for all of the people that we know who have like a missing arm when someone goes and then they just are like, you know.
Yeah, my homie dated a girl and she looked pretty good when he was in college, and she had like a nubby hand pretty much, and he hit the group chat, like it was like when we're all coming over to a party at his house, he's like, hey man, when you meet her, don't reach out for the hand, like don't, you know, kind of like she's sensitive about this. You know, I pulled up, I was a few blunts deep, was drinking. Go straight up to her. Hey, Moose, come on, meet my girl, bro. Meet my girl. I'm like, hey, how you doing? I look down. I see the nub, and she's just like staring at me. Just doesn't put the other hand out. Nothing. I'm like, hey, nice meeting you. All right. And I just walked off. And like later, he was like, bro, how the fuck? I told you. I'm like, I'm sorry,
I had this chick in high school, and she was bad. Like I'm telling you, like super bad. And she used to always kind of walk. I never noticed it until I seen it. So she used to always walk around like this. Her finger was like this, but then it was like super big at the top and it like curved. She didn't tell me. We go to the movies, bro. So she's like this. Big? So it was like tissuey. It was like a big it was like big and fat right here, and it curved to the right.
A dick finger?
It was like crazy. And so she never told me, and we went to the movies, and she was about to cut out some change, and she was like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like I jumped the fuck. Like, yo, what the fuck is that? Yeah. But she was so fine everywhere else, but that kind of made it awkward.
That's crazy because it's insane that I have such a similar story. But like my first girlfriend when I was like 12 or 13, Allison, the one who got away, she was beautiful. And I was a year younger than her, which at that time matters a lot. Like I'm in 7th grade, she's in 8th grade.
Big ass deal.
Oh,
huge.
You're a man. Yeah, you're a joint.
The fact that I had a hot girlfriend that was 14 when I was 13, like made me like pretty fucking cool. But she had like a hand that like, you know, like maybe like one of the fingers was full length, and like maybe this one's like, you know, 2/3 of the length, and then this one is like one knuckle, and then this one's one knuckle.
Kind of like T-Mobile bars.
So I never talked to her about it. Never had a conversation about it. She would always kind of like have it behind her back. She would always wear a long sleeve shirt and wrap the shirt around it. My first ever hand job was with her. The other hand.
Okay. I'm like, there's no way she busted it out for that.
We did not have sex. we were probably together. We were together for like a summer, for like 3-4 months.
That's pretty good.
And which, when you're that age, is like a long
It's like
time.
5 years.
Right.
And one huge fight that we got into that actually like stemmed from her injury, or I think she was just born with it like that, was that. So Hanson, the group Hanson, came out, and
Did
like
they die in a plane crash?
a lot of
Oh, not bad. I think it's somebody
a
else.
lot of people pointed out at the time that they thought that it was a group of girls.
Yeah.
And the singer in particular really looked like a girl. And I remember like telling one of my friends, we're going to go to this Hanson concert and we're going to get first row tickets, and I'm going to dive on stage and I'm going to cut off the singer's hand because, I forgot to include this. I thought that he kind of looked like my girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
And I would make jokes about like, oh, you look like the singer of Hanson.
Yeah.
And I told my friend
They're all blonde, right?
that I was going to jump on stage and cut off his hand and then surgically put it onto her hand.
So just because they looked like, you felt like the hand would fit her
would
hand.
fit just-
you know, I'm thinking I'm funny. I'm 13.
Okay.
And so I
This is a joke that
it
you're
was a
telling.
joke
Okay.
that I told my friend, and then my fucking asshole friend told his girlfriend, and then that girl tells my girlfriend, and she fucking broke up with me basically because of that. And that really, you know, I'm thinking like we're supposed to be bros. If I make an offensive joke to you, you're not supposed to go tell this bitch.
Especially if you haven't talked to her about the hand at all, and then she's like, "Oh, he's been thinking about this whole time."
He's joking
Definitely-
about me. You
exactly.
insensitive
That's
fuck.
like would break her heart.
And I say that to let all the people at home who think that I'm just weird now, that like I've always been the same, because doesn't that sound like something I would make a joke about
For
now?
sure, yeah.
That's just you.
That's just me. No.
Shout out to Allison. Hopefully,
You've always been like
I
that.
Hopefully
remember
got
her
a new
last
hand.
name. Oh my God, I could look her up on Facebook. I'm going to do it later.
that's fire. Damn. She just has a.
Did she ever touch your face with the funny hand? Like on some intimate
Probably
shit?
hid it
Like,
away. Put his hair
He's got
behind his
these
ear.
uneven fingers.
No, but I have like a memory that I should just lie and act like I remember the details, but it was something where like something happened, like somebody like tried to do a prank on her or something, and then like I think she like whipped like her hand at him without realizing, like hit him away with the retard hand.
Damn.
and like everybody like peeped how awkward this was.
I think a deformity does something for a girl that she probably would thought you know she was too good for you without it, but that kind of makes her a little more down to earth. I feel like when
And then I had a friend who was in college with her, and he said that she went over his house, like he had a party at his house, and that she went to the party and she stole his shoes from the front of the house. Like he had his shoes just by the front of the house, didn't think to put them away because who the fuck's gonna steal some shoes? She stole his shoes.
where do you think she took him?
What?
I don't know, gave it to one of her friends. or
Out
something.
here with the fucked up hand, taking shoes with his set hand.
And in my head, I thought, like, is she traumatized from the hand thing, and that caused her to become a kleptomaniac?
Now she can't keep,
I'm
now she
gonna
can't
say
keep her
yes.
hands off nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought she was like putting the shoes on her hands and like walking upside down or something. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. God damn it,
How did we
Allison.
get here?
I always wonder
Yeah.
if she like, because I feel like I've talked about this like a couple times over the years, but like not enough where I think that like people have heard it. But like, I wonder if she like gets word from time to time. But I don't think anybody from Nashville really watches my podcast.
You don't
anymore.
think anyone? There has to
Yeah.
be somebody,
If they do, they
or like their kid or something. Like, hey, I went to high school with that guy.
they don't hit me up to talk about
Yeah,
it
okay.
if they do. So
Yeah, that's
feel
why
like
I
they're
purposely
probably-
didn't say old girls damn, because she was still in Sacramento and she might watch this
For
shit,
sure, yeah, they're all
I don't want to
watching.
put her out there like that.
No.
She was fine though. She was like the first. I was like in 10th grade. She was thick as fuck.
crazy era in my life was when, before like No Jumper fully took off, like the very beginning, I would just hang out with girls and make iPhone vlogs of me hanging out with girls. And then inevitably, it happened like a bunch of times, I would like post my vlog of me just hanging out with this girl, and she would start getting attacked by like people that were like, look at this other thing you posted the other day, and look at this. And I like very quickly realized like, I can't do this. I can't just like make content out of me just hanging out with random girls. It's always going to end badly, and they're making me take them down. And yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, oh, you appeared in this vlog. Like, now you condone everything that Adam 22 does. Like, it's just being like that pressured into being like taking it
I'm
down.
hanging out with normal girls who have normal jobs.
That's
Whereas
true.
like now, if I was doing that, they would all be porn stars and random.
And they know
slutbags.
what's up. And,
And now we live in the Instagram age where everybody just wants clout, and they don't. A lot of people would like gladly take being clown for the clout. You know,
for sure, yeah.
And that seems like that's all like the streamers are doing is just getting a big ass house and just kicking it with a bunch of chicks and getting drunk. So
Yeah.
this has been the lane created.
Yeah,
now,
until they
so.
get some allegation on them and shit
Telling
like
you,
that.
man.
And that's why
I
Get skinny from the 9.
I saw academics give that advice to like Adrian Broner, I think it was, where he was like, don't make your thing making content out of humiliating chicks.
Oh yeah, it's gonna go bad.
Great advice. Like that's just not
Only
like,
a matter of time.
With what Axe had to deal with, he's the best one to listen to on that front for
it's
sure.
very easy to do so because there are a million retarded women out there, but then it's going to end badly.
You end up being sharp pretty much. Like people do get over it, and then you start to look like the asshole that just shits on women 24/7.
Yeah, but and even that, okay, because you're like confined to a podcast space. Like as long as you don't hit them or throw something at them, then you're good. But like when you're doing like the party thing where you have like a whole house and you're streaming and there's 10 bedrooms and we don't know what's happening in the bedrooms, and so any girl could literally say that you fucking raped her, and like you know it's
gonna go bad.
It's just not really like that much to stop her from doing.
And then they're gonna bring up 1,000 clips of AB like making girls uncomfortable on stream. Like, see, we've seen the signs. I was doing a podcast with somebody. They're like, oh yeah, AB's probably R-worded this many girls. I'm like, that's crazy to say. You know what I'm saying? It's like just off some clips, but definitely if an allegation comes out, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we knew that was bad. You know, we knew he was gonna do that.
Yeah, I'll give you guys like one or two more topics before I have to go be a dad. Is there anything that
rest in peace to Alden Smith.
Yeah, rest in peace. One of my favorite defensive ends of all time.
He was dealing with a lot of mental health things before he died. Like he was like sleeping under his car and shit. Like he had such a fall from grace. So, like when he came in the league, like he was such a beast. He played for the 49ers. Like he was like on a trajectory to be one of the GOATs. And then I don't know what it was. I don't know if
affected
CTE
him. He grew up really fucked up.
Right.
There's a bunch of things. Yeah, because they think he OD'd in the car. So just a couple days before he died, he was on a podcast getting his hair cut, and he was asking him questions. He was pretty much voicing like, hey, I'm not in a good space right now. I could be in a much better space. Right. He set the record for the 49ers, I think in that first or second season. He was on their team for the sack record, which still stands to this day. Yeah. And he ended up kind of getting booted from the league because of having troubles and substance abuse, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, he couldn't pull it together. But yeah, rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace, man. But I mean, do you... I don't know. Like, I know we're like evolved and we're supposed to be like sensitive men and everything, but like when you find out that somebody's like going through it that hard that they've basically like either killed themselves or like put themselves in a situation where they died, like, I don't know. Is it kind of like, is there a part of you that's just like, how could you get that deep in it?
For me, just because I never really struggle with thoughts of that type of shit, even when I'm like the most down bad, I still am like, so I guess selfish, where I'm just like, I love myself too much to ever do something like that. But when I see something like this, it's like, God damn, like the point that you have to be to even that pops and crawls into your brain, you have to have some deep, dark shit going on to even consider that.
But see, but mental illness, like it's a real thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've had some murky thoughts, like, you know what I'm saying? I've had to like, you know, walk myself out of situations, and it's just like, it can just go from everything is fine to everything is not. And like, you know what I'm saying? And I think toxic masculinity prevents people from saying stuff, especially with somebody like Alden, you know, rest in peace. It's like, you're this big, bad football player. So people feel like, what are you talking about your feelings for? You're this big, strong guy.
6'9",
like,
280.
so a lot of people feel like if they are having issues or having struggles that they can't, you know, talk about it. Like black men are the number one people that unalive themselves in this country. So it's just like, it breaks. True? Yeah, it's definitely
I think the
true.
whites got you beat.
Nah, the black man. Take a look. Trust me, I know.
Do black men commit suicide more than any other group?
In the U.S., maybe.
We won't turn this. No, they do not. Non-Hispanic white men and non-Hispanic American Indian or Alaska Native populations experience the highest overall suicide. However, suicide is a severe and rapidly growing crisis among young black men. Damn, black people are trying to take credit for everything. Bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, the whites got the
y'all not gonna suicide us, man.
At one point, I know that it was, so I stand corrected. Maybe that's changed over the years, but
probably you just heard somebody say it and you assumed it was true.
No, I heard it more than once.
Well, I mean, I'm just.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want me to say? Was it ever true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Was it ever true?
I feel like committing suicide is like a
black men,
a little bit of a privilege thing. No, I feel like poor people aren't committing suicide on a regular basis.
That's what I'm saying. I do feel like it's kind of
like
privilege.
You get to like a certain point and you realize
you put first.
They have never had the highest overall suicide rate.
No, you put first. They never have. Okay.
Was it true that black men committed suicide first?
Yeah. Like,
Who was the first guy to commit suicide?
But that's what I love about the AI is that I phrased it in a weird way, and the AI knew.
Like, we know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
But okay, this is my
corrected.
thing. All right, especially as somebody with kids.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, if you have a job where you can just exist, work your job, have a girlfriend or a wife, maybe have a kid, you should just like, you're just like in the top 1% of humans on earth. You should be so thankful to even be able to live that basic ass lifestyle that, to me, like, it's never really made sense how I could think about killing myself, because even if everything was taken away and I had to work at the fucking pharmacy or the corner store or whatever, it's like, I feel like I would be pretty all right with that. Like, I don't know, like, now granted, like, I guess I just don't have like the trauma. Like, I guess if you're like, you know, you've been fucking molested your whole life or some shit, that's going to give you like a fucked up mental state more than like a lot of other people, or maybe, you know.
But like, do you believe in like chemical imbalances in people's brain? They say like trauma kind of like rewires your brain and shit like that. I think it's just like, you know, we can't fathom that because we don't have those same chemical imbalances.
Yeah, and when you do have like those, like when you do have those murky thoughts, you could just start being like, man, I'm just a burden to everybody. I'm pissing everybody off. Nobody really loves me, especially if you have like a fear of abandonment, or if you don't have a strong attachment to your family. You could just start to feel really alone and just start to feel like the world would be better without me. Is that a logical thought? No, it isn't.
Even if it's irrational.
Right, but when you're in that state of mind, that's why you got to have people around. That's why, like, even recently, I started taking my mental health way more seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a friend recently that unalived himself, and it's just like, it kind of threw me for a loop. It was just like, damn, like, why didn't you reach out? Why didn't you talk to somebody? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like when you're in those dark corners and them dark pockets, it's really hard to get out. And you only got to be wrong one time with that shit. So
yeah, and the substances obviously make it way worse, because everyone I see that's depressed ends up on some type of drugs. It's like they pretty much are guaranteed to die. It's like, you just do it until you die.
It doesn't help if you're under the influence or something.
Yeah,
because that's, you know,
you're not even thinking straight.
Alcohol is a depressant, so then it could really kind of press the gas on something like that. That's why, like, I even made the decision, like, man, let me get back on these meds, man. Let me get off this alcohol, just because it's a dangerous thing. Like, you can't play with your brain like that.
Yeah, a lot of my family, it runs in my family, alcoholism, mental health issues. So that's why I don't drink and shit. You know?
Yeah. My parents tried to put me on fucking antidepressants in high school.
Do you think you're really depressed, or was it just like misconstrued feelings and shit?
I was just acting out so bad. I was getting arrested and like fucking just doing bad stuff like all the time. Like, I was getting fucking suspended from school every couple weeks. I got arrested like couple times in 1 year, and I'm like 16. So they like put me on,
like zombie you out?
Right.
Yeah, it put me on Wellbutrin, and I remember like getting off of it and sort of like realizing like, damn, I just had like a fucking however long it was, like 4-month period where I don't remember shit.
Just cloudy.
Yeah.
Was it like, what's it feel like being on it? Like, do you feel like you're off the Xan? Do you feel like, do you remember like what the effects? Were you high?
Or
it was just kind of you're out of it?
But I was just like, I wasn't like angry like the way I wasn't acting out in the same way. I was just a little bit more like zombied out, like I was
sedated.
That's how I can feel sometimes, like something. That's why, like, I would get off of meds outside of them making you gain weight. Like, it would sometimes make you feel like the lights are on but nobody's home. Like, I'm here, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell me, Doughboy, you won $1 million. I'd be like, oh, that's cool.
That's what everyone says that
like,
I talk to.
You know, Susan just jumped off a cliff. You'd be like, oh, it just balances you a little bit too much. I'm, for the first time right now, taking medicine for depression as well. So I'm taking it first for the bipolar and the depression. So I feel like it's setting in and it's working. Like, I didn't want to believe I was depressed. I was just like, no, don't try to just make me shove a pill down my throat. But now that I'm taking it, like, I feel.
Does it inhabit your boners a little bit? Or no?
I haven't some of the meds can, but I haven't had that issue. But I have heard that some of the meds, they have some wicked nasty side effects. So it's damn near like shit. Like, you know, I'm taking all the, and some of them could even make you have thoughts of unaliving yourself, and they'll
like
tell
the right
you that
dose and all that shit.
And it's like when they're giving you medicine, they're throwing spaghetti against the wall. They're just trying to see what sticks. They don't know. That's why they're always practicing.
That's what they were saying about Kanye. Is they're like, he's basically just been experimenting with a shitload of different chemicals over the last couple of years, and that's why, like when Ack did the vlog with him where he was wearing the fucking leather Klansman outfit, that he was like really negative and hateful in that. Like he was just saying like horrible things every little while, and I guess like now that they're kind of looking at that, that's different than where he's at now. But the album they just put out kind of expresses that, because that album doesn't have any like rough edges. Like it's just sort of like smoothed out. Like it's just it's kind of easy to understand that like Kanye in his like massively medicated state would have made that album.
And that's the thing, like why I have so much empathy towards somebody, because as somebody that's, you know, that has the same thing as him, I know what it can be like just to wig out and say some shit you really don't mean. Like,
that's
you know
what I was
I'm
gonna say. It's like,
it's just
imagine
messed up, and it's just like, and people, the messed up part about it, they're gonna hold you to that, and they're not gonna give you the pass. They're gonna be like, no, you really feel like that? Those are your real thoughts. It's like, no, I was just having a manic moment. Shut the fuck up. Get out of my life. Don't speak to me again.
Like imagine Adam like in high school on the pills, and then he comes back like to his normal self. They're like, bro, you've been saying the hard R the whole time you're on these pills, and you're like, ah, shit, fuck, I don't even remember that.
And the one thing about the meds too is that all the meds that you take, none of them mix well with controlled substances.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I was just like, all right, man, you just gotta stop drinking. Like, because if you're gonna take the medicine seriously, you can't drink because it's damn near like it's canceling it out.
Literally.
You shouldn't just take the medicine then. So, you know, shout out to anybody dealing with mental illness, man. Wishing you the best.
Shout out to all the Glazers out there.
I'm the glazed god.
You planning on selling this?
Yeah, if it catches on, if people
No,
want
it's
to see
caught on, my
Come
guy.
on, man. I just had to just embrace it. Like, man, why am I fighting against this so
Randy's
much?
Donuts is pissed.
You think so?
Yeah, I think when I was
Shout out to my boy, The Conclusion. He designed this for me.
shout out to The Conclusion. I was watching that Craig Smith one. He made a really good point that like we've been stepping on the Doughboy bit quite a bit, and as somebody who, you know, watches a lot of comedy podcasts, that is kind of a cardinal sin to kind of like, in terms of like Doughboy is a character within this universe, and we would kind of like cut the character short before it could reach to the point where it was like entertaining or like the funny or like the punchline, you would say, as a character. It's kind of, we step on it, be like, no, you're lame and stupid, Doughboy.
Right, shut the hell up.
And then he would never like get the full act out.
Like, perfect example, when I made the joke about sliding into Jaleesa's DMs, you know, people could come off that like that's cringe, that's whack. Like, why are you talking? I know there was, you know, other, you know, things that kind of made it weird. But the reason when I'm rolling it out, because I'm thinking, oh, Moose is going to talk in about when he slid in the famous chick's DMs, or he'll say something. So that's how I'm thinking about it.
Because that's how Craig and all those dudes
Because that's how you just roll the ball out,
combo.
then we just all kick it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying something random just to say it. But what I can say, though, is in my experience here, it's all starting to gel a little bit more. You know, at least for me personally, like these conversations are better. They're not like, we're not coming in here and making it a Doughboy breakdown fest. It's like we're able to come in, have some good conversations. I take the criticism well. I don't bitch and cry about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I try to have some insightful takes, and I just think that it's working. So I personally think it's getting better. And shout out to all the fans, because the fans was 100% against me before, but at least now it's tipping the scale a little bit.
No, I like that pod for sure. And I feel like everywhere you came before No Jumper, it was kind of like a team. Like, we're all going to work together to make each other look good.
Exactly.
You come to No Jumper, it's kind of like,
motherfuckers will stomp your ass out.
This dude.
yeah, it's like the Lions Den. It's like, oh, if I fucking make Doughboy look bad, I might get a job up here. You know, it's like a very different energy.
Jiggle his boobs.
Exactly. Let me rub his nipples. Let me suck him off.
Jiggleboo is the front.
Jigaboo to Jigaboo.
I hope we have Craig back for some more stuff, man. I think he brought some cool flavor. What do you think?
I like Craig a lot, and I was kind of like wondering if like, you know, it's kind of weird when you have like a 3-person pod, the idea of like adding a fourth, because then you kind of feel like any more than 4 becomes like kind of cluttered. But man, I did think he was pretty good, and it was kind of making me wonder, like, man, maybe he is like the
could be the
piece
fourth
that Monday kind of needs.
And this is why I would definitely, you know, champion that, because he's very unique in where he does have a street side about him. He's from a very tough spot in Pasadena. He knows the gang shit, but he's really fucking smart. He reads a lot of books. Like, he's really insightful, and he really is like a very cerebral person. So you get the best of both worlds, because if we're talking about, okay, you got to put the tuners on one thing, you put the street people on one thing, he's kind of like both.
A culmination.
Like the best culmination of both of what we have, I believe. So hopefully,
I like Craig. Yeah, I'd love to talk to Craig. But I get what you're saying as well with the people. And it's like, how do we bring a guest in? We got like regular hosts. There's so many of them. But I've been listening to Joe Budden. I took a break for quite a few years after like Rory and Maul left. And I like their dynamic.
Yeah,
I like it. And they be having up to, 6-7 people sometimes.
They do. But I feel like once you get to the territory of having 4, 5, 6 hosts, you gotta like really work on that dynamic and really like have conversations about how this is supposed to go, because that's like one thing that you'll notice with Joe is that like he'll do like his fucking monologue, like his opening rant, and you could tell that like everybody's kind of been briefed on how this is supposed to go, because it's like a lot of times on here, like people just kind of slowly figure it out, but like, it's like, I don't know that like we have ever really had a conversation about like, okay, when we intro this topic, I'm going to give the initial rundown and then my opinion, and then we jump to the first person who has a contrarian or a perspective on that initial take. Like, I feel like the more people you add, the more you have to work on the structure of how exactly this is supposed to play out. But I do think that like that's the kind of thing that like No Jumpers always struggle with because of the fact that like we've tried to do pre-production and all that kind of stuff, and typically
I think you could do it now.
Yeah,
I think you could do it now for sure, because you're good at kind of like pinpointing that type of stuff, just to give you one glaze here. Like you can be the one that's like, I'm gonna introduce this. Okay, I see you have a different opinion. We're gonna introduce you here, and kind of I think a little produced segment, at least trying it out, would be good, because you could tell that it's like kind of the Knicks, they got their star players and there's the role players, and like, E. Manny, or what's bro's name that you're beefing with, the light skinned dude, like, they kind of like stay quiet a lot, and kind of pick their spots and don't over talk Joe and Ish and Ice, because they're kind of in Parks, they're kind of like the main starting people, and then the other guys fill in the gaps. So everyone has to be on the same page, like you said. It makes sense.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that like that podcast, like they talk about it like they're overworked. And when I look at it, I'm like, you guys just do like 3 podcasts a week. That's it.
Even with the Patreon ones included?
I feel like even with the Patreon.
I get a little lost in that, like how many episodes they do extra for the Patreon and stuff.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're getting money. So it's like,
money,
fuck, pay me, Joe Budden, if Manny don't want to fucking show up. Golly.
Have you thought about a No Jumper Patreon?
We have members.
Oh, we have it already. I didn't know this.
And you guys
what do you think I'm talking about when I talk
about
about the members?
Oh, okay. Oh, the members. Okay, I got you.
It's like Patreon on YouTube,
Patreon
pretty
on
much.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Patreon adjacent.
If Joe Budden's podcast had started out with members, they never would have done the Patreon thing. I think they only do the Patreon thing because they have been doing it since the beginning, because it's such a pain in the ass to fucking use the functionality of
all those guys are grandfathered in, like the Matt and Shanes. It's like they're from fucking 10 years ago. They were on Patreon.
Their shit is like $1.
Yeah, it's $1. But I'm just saying, like, though, that format, I feel like you start a podcast today, get popping, people ain't going to Patreon.
If you have Patreon, I don't understand what would make you not just add members as well. Because the members functionality of not having to leave the app at all is so convenient.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so much better. Anyway, shout out to everybody. I'm gonna go be a dad.
We go read some super chats, Matt. Moose, want to read some?
Yeah, I'm down to read some super chats to close it out.
I was
All
about
right,
to
big dog.
ignore these motherfuckers, but
I mean, we can read them if you're trying to cut.
Okay. Moves X said, Doughboy, tell Tim what you did in the bathroom.
We'll bring Tim back for that one.
Sev S4 said, Adam, this could be the next big stoner movie like Harold and Kumar or Pineapple Express. Break Aunt Hefe out of jail, escape Guantanamo Bay. Lush and Adam go to White Castle.
That's funny.
That could be your next
That
script.
could be the next one.
Zone Out Zone said, how would a random nobody with a unique perspective get an interview on here after the Sigil Cult saga? I definitely think I could be a solid interview. I did stand up 5 times. I got laid 2 out of 5. Pretty good odds. I would say, honestly, like, make a fucking Instagram reel of yourself presenting yourself, talking about who you are or what you feel like you could bring to the table as an interview, and then try to get attention on it. Maybe email it to like some of the people I know Jumper besides me, like send it to Josh.
Yeah, Josh at nojumper.com.
And I'm not saying like I would never look at it, but it's definitely going to be like harder to get my attention than maybe some of the other people on the staff. So make a 1-minute piece of content that you think gets the point across, and then try to get it into the hands of anybody who works at No Jumper so that hopefully they could see the vision. That's honestly my perspective, because somebody just saying like, hey, I think I'm dope, that means nothing.
Yeah, tell us what makes your perspective unique, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mixed Marshall Mike said, I'm a little behind in the live. Doughboy, I root for you actually because I usually generally root for people to win, but why are you saying things like it rumbles my tummy?
Because if I eat spicy food, it just rumbles in my tummy.
My stomach hurt.
We've all got that, man.
My stomach hurt.
This is only a $2 donation, but Wally said, Adam, this ain't it, brother. Dough gotta go.
Nah.
Yeah. ABM Rel said, I just ordered some Panda LMAO.
Let's go.
Damn right you did.
My
Beijing
guy.
beef.
063 Relo G said, Adam, talk about PC Baby Draco and Chunky Scud. We did talk about that a little bit, but for sure we're going to end up talking about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow for that one, guys.
Tune in to the Tuesday show.
Skinned Christ said, well, is a member, so shout out to him. And then that's it for the donos. So shout out to everybody who watched this.
Sure.
Shout out to y'all, man.
We'll be back next Monday, real soon. Shout out to everybody who watched this. Go watch Michael Blackson interview.
I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Yeah, that's one thing I would recommend. Or also, what's the other one? I dropped some other shit too. Oh, the Craig Smith interview has me, Doughboy, Lush, and Craig Smith. That was a pretty good one.
That was a good one.
That's up on the channel as well. Shout out to everybody who watched this. We love you all.
Peace.
Gang shit.
Love y'all.